everybody, and welcome back to another Nextlander podcast. Here we go, Alex Navarro. Okay, Brad Shoemaker.
I thought you were setting me up for something. I was like waiting.
What?
Damn.
This is like dinner with my kids. I don't know. I was just asking how your day went. I don't know. I'm just curious about your life.
Vinny, fine, whatever. My life, it's going, okay? I'm living,
okay,
all right?
You don't even care about me.
I thought you said
What are you, a fucking cop?
Okay, fine. Jesse, am I doing something wrong? Why?
Can I go?
No. You just clean off the table.
I fucking hate you, Dad!
Oh, gosh. Well, at least I know that relationship
I'm taking the car tonight.
Wait, what? You're 11. That's not reasonable, though. Okay, fine, I guess.
That's your answer for everything. I'm 11, so what?
I'm just going to go and wire a panel in the basement. I hope that didn't get cut out by some gate. Stop it. Don't know. No possession. We say, look, we have to watch When Evil Lurks tonight, or I am watching When Evil Lurks tonight.
I wasn't going to bring it up. Yeah. I wasn't going to bring it up, but now I'm going to bring it up because you brought it up.
Yeah, tonight's the night.
I'm trying to do the plus 3 hours and then also intuit about what time you might watch a movie at night, but I'm going to say you've probably got maybe 8 hours or so left before you have to watch that movie.
That's about right.
About 7, I would say, for me.
6 to 8 max hours before you have to sit down and watch that movie. How are we feeling?
Have to or get to?
Yeah.
No, I know. What I mean is like before it gets too late where it's like, okay, now you're...
I'm curious. I'm very curious.
We're in our 40s. You got to put on a movie at a certain time to not fall asleep in the middle of it. I
don't know if this doesn't sound like one I'm going to fall asleep during the middle of it.
I don't think this is a sleeper.
Yeah.
Probably not. I'm excited. I'm excited / a bit reluctant to rewatch it, but here we go.
So here's a weird thing. I have a lot of weird quirks, and one of my weird quirks is that for the Watchcast, even if it's gory, normally I would look away, right? I would just like look away from a thing, but I feel like I'm not doing the job if I look away and then we have to talk about a scene. And
we are professionals, God damn it.
And so one of my weird quirks is like, nope. So there was even in Hereditary, I looked away and I was like, shit. All right, I'm gonna rewind it. I'm just watch this.
What was your look away moment in Hereditary?
It's the inciting incidents.
Of course, duh.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
there's the accident, shall we say, for anyone who hasn't watched it.
And then since I had seen it again, there was a part when he's in school that we talked about on the Watchcast that I really don't like. But I was like, nope. I need to go back. I need to watch this. I need to look at this in the eyeballs and just be able to talk about this. If we're gonna, and I feel like When Evil Lurks, since I know some of the setup for it, but what I mostly am aware of is just how brutal it can be at points. And if we're going to talk about that,
you need to know the brutality. You need to know it intimately.
Eyes open on the roller coaster.
The first look away moment is probably the one you think it is.
Probably. Is it the one that's on the box, the cover of the movie?
Yes, they don't shy away from depicting exactly that. And boy, is it explicit.
Lives up to the hype.
All right. Well,
we're going to find out.
I'm excited too, Alex, because we don't get a lot of opportunity for you to come in to a movie without having seen it for the first time.
I've found that generally if you want to find something that I haven't seen, just make it something made in the last 10 years, because that is the least amount of movie watching I have done is the stuff from the last loose decade or so. I have certainly seen movies from that time period, just not nearly as many.
Sure. I mean, there are many, many movies.
And now that I watch movies for content, I mostly just use that as my excuse to watch movies whenever possible.
It's a great way to keep up. I love it. It's a great way to keep up. It shuffles out stuff that I normally would not just be doing in the evening once a week instead of sinking
Here's my appointment.
Endless time into Death Stranding. I'm
Here's
watching
my monthly
movie.
Gore appointment.
That's right. I talk about the environment with my friend Al. Al Gore jokes, 2025 folks, simpler time, trying to bring it back. Remember when we were all just talking about Al Gore? Remember that?
No, I was never doing that, really.
Just yapping about.
I may have been talking about the 2000 election a lot, but I'm going to be honest, Al Gore was sort of an incidental figure in all of that. It was more about the sort of the
inconvenient truth of it all.
The broader spectrum problems that came along with that, and not necessarily any particular allegiance to Al Gore.
Man, I just Googled Al Gore and got young Al Gore.
Oh, he was not a bad looking guy.
We are all old.
You know,
I got 90s Al Gore, and I was like, oh man, like, wow, I vaguely remember that Al Gore, but it's been a long time.
Dude, like, if you're a vice president and you did not become a president, for better or worse, do you kind of just fade into obscurity, into the background?
You join some corporate boards.
Yeah, you can definitely leverage that in a number of ways that will benefit you long term.
I mean, for party leadership, I feel like I'm trying to think back on, at least on the Democrat side, because on the Republican side, I feel like there's a lot of string pulling from. I'm mostly talking about Dick Cheney. You know, like you're in the background working the the big Hydra computer or whatever you do.
Yeah,
but
like pulling the oil levers wherever possible.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, we didn't hear from Walter Mondale again for a good long while after all that kind of shook out, and Al Gore kind of disappeared, into his environmental causes. That's
all circumstantial, right? Like Cheney had the thing of his governing ethos and worldview kind of falling out of favor with the party in a short period of time.
I suppose Dan Quayle is just out there digging holes in his yard.
Wait, why was Dan Quayle digging holes in his yard?
I don't know, because that's like the most complicated activity he's capable of.
Oh, boo! See, now these are some old jokes. These are some good ones. Potato. That's
with an E.
Yeah, with an E.
Look, man, that was my childhood. Okay, was SNL making fun of
Dana
potato
Carvey?
things? Yes,
very quaint.
Yeah, it's very quaint.
Days.
Very quaint.
I can't make a Walter Mondale joke because I know literally nothing about him other than he was vice president.
Once in a blue moon, I will come across some reference to some political scandal of the 80s or early 90s. You know, where it's like monkey business type stuff, right? Like Gary Hart style stuff.
Yeah.
And it just feels so incredibly quaint.
Yeah.
That like one little thing like that would completely destroy somebody's career back then when like
Obama wore the wrong suit.
It's not even a 5-minute news item these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. It turns out that when you just decide the rules don't matter anymore, you can kind of get away with a lot.
On one hand, look, somebody wears a light suit to a thing, and that's a scandal. On the other hand, somebody literally tears down the White House, and it's fine.
And demands the government pay you $250 million for investigating you.
And it's fine. You know, look, we live in interesting times. Look, I'm gonna say out of the gate here. This weekend I was pretty wrapped up. My network was mostly down. I was doing a lot of stuff, not checking the internet, mostly for better.
Good.
Yeah, for good. I was gonna say not for better, for worse, for better. Resetting a bunch of stuff up, wiring, doing the stuff I enjoy doing. Mostly not wiring stuff. Network stuff. Wasting money. I have decided that I have like. Maybe about a 5% oopsie fund that I need in the shit. This is the wrong cable. This is
we all need an oopsie fund.
This wasn't an SFP cable. I bought a QSF. Oh, this cable, this DAC cable shouldn't have been over 8 feet. That's not going to do what I need. And I'm just not going to return it. I'm just going to hold on to it. I don't know. I'm not good with returns if it's under a certain price. So I feel like crap when I do it, but what are you going to do? When you're in a big home renovation or something like that, and you're talking about gobs of money, I feel like it's a little easier to be like, all right, this $20 cable I just bought is just going to go on a shelf in case I ever need it. Or I need a friend here who wants to burn through network gear. Now I have 2 extra PC cases that are nice PC cases. They're like I think one is a Corsair case. It's like that cube shaped case that I actually really like. It's really nice to work in. And one is like does Cooler Master make cases?
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think one might be
it's like
one of those.
Thing.
Oh yeah, are they sought after?
Well, no, I mean, no, they're fine, I think.
All right, actually, I think one might be a fractal case.
That's where I know them from, is like that's how they made their name, was cases originally.
I always thought they were like, maybe it's just because of the name of it. In my head, they were like CPU coolers.
Yeah, they do that stuff
like
too.
Noctua.
Are they I think they're the Peerless Assassin people.
Ooh.
Right?
Well, I don't know.
Peerless Assassin is the like budget, like bang for the buck air cooler and CPUs.
Ooh.
For anybody who cares.
I didn't.
If you don't want to pay the Noctua premium.
Is Noctua a premium cooler?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah?
100%.
I don't want to get too this. Look, bring me back on the tech bot. I got plenty of updates, but I don't want to get too far in. But our radiator style coolers.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have to correct myself. Thermal Right makes the Peerless Assassin, not the Cooler Master.
Good. Yes, a lot of people are getting very deep into their.
Someone was screaming at their whatever right now.
Our radiator style CPU coolers still getting bigger and bigger to the point where it looks like a hot rod.
They kind of topped out.
Okay.
Anything beyond that, you kind of want to go water at this point, or liquid, I should say. I actually have to. Oh, sorry.
Well, I was just going to ask, and again, I don't want to get too deep in the PC stuff, but I am curious. I haven't done this, but so I don't know if it's true, but are integrated PC GPU water cooling systems more commercial at this point, or are you still going custom or bespoke?
GPU is pretty much all still custom loop.
It is, okay,
for the most part, unless you buy
and
there are off the shelf cards like MSI and Asus are just making straight up integrated. Hey, this card is water cooled cards now, but those are
ready
still
to
closed.
accept like a block or like a standardized like CPU. I feel like water cooling blocks from the mount for the CPU became kind of standardized.
Yeah, that's all still aftermarket. That's all still, hey, you're going to build your own loop if you buy one of these standalone water blocks for your graphics card. These are like AIOs basically. These are like it's like a very expensive premium. Hey, here's a 5090 that's got a whole AIO liquid cooling system attached to it, but it's just for this card.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I did.
Do you have $3,000?
I mean, I do, but I'd rather not spend it.
Yeah, it's not where I want. I want to put it
generally
into Transformers.
What you're going to pay for something like that.
Jeez, that's ridiculous.
It's a lot.
I rack mounted my kid's gaming PC in a 5U case with what I thought would be plenty of headroom for a graphics card upgrade in the future. And I rack mounted my other PC. I have to say, I would never want to buy a desktop PC thing again, though the rack mounting cases are extremely expensive. So, and this is how I wound up with two. What do I do with these? What do I do with these two PC cases?
Build another PC?
No,
or donate them.
Donate them to whom?
School
Whoever
or
wants them?
church or library? Maybe I don't know. I don't know.
My kids' friends, though they have asked about PCs and I have spec'd out PCs, they just want to buy like turnkey PCs, like, hey, what should I get? And I've done this like 2 or 3 times. Be like, oh, here's, what I think. I don't know that much about it, but this will get you where you need to be. And they just want to buy a pre-built one, right? They don't want to dabble. So yeah, I don't know. So just put them to the curb and say free, or make them.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if you live in a densely urban enough environment for that, but if you were in a city, I would full on just say put them on the sidewalk. Somebody will take them.
I might just put them out with my old little 8U rack and be like PC stuff on my lawn, on our message board or something. I would like them to find a nice home.
It's like Facebook Marketplace, like free. Like, hey, come pick up.
There's a town message board which isn't trash, so I might just put it there. Anyway, the point I was trying to get to was I didn't have a ton of time to play a lot of stuff, and for some reason I don't know why this is happening, but like I put a lot of. It feels like I put time into Death Stranding 2, and then I just feel like when I'm done, I have not moved the needle near at all, and it's just like I don't know.
In maintenance mode, basically.
I think. I don't know where I was last time, but I think I'm in the like mid to upper 80s in hours now. I think, and every time I go in, I'm like, I'm just going to push things forward, and then it's like, I'm not that far off from just doing this other road upgrade or something.
Yep.
But we'll talk about that later. But first, let's jump into. So we'll have our Death Stranding check-in. Let's jump into what is new this week, and what is new this week is Double Fine's latest release, a Microsoft product, so that of course means Microsoft, Big M, still part of BDS, so if you are on blackout from there, you can hear about it here without having to participate in the Microsoft ecosystem. Brad Shoemaker, you have played one Keeper.
Despite spending most of Sunday playing Death Stranding 2, I have played and finished Keeper since last week.
Not a long experience from what I understand.
What's that?
Not a long experience.
It's like 5 hours or something.
Yeah.
Maybe. Keeper is rad. Keeper is not what I expected at all. You guys saw some of it on that stream. Keeper is like, it's more video game than I think I thought it was on Friday when we talked about it, when I was streaming it, because I've played the rest of it since then. It still feels like, I think I used the phrase lightly interactive, which is like I'm not trying to criticize it. But like, there's no fail states. You can't die. Like the puzzles,
that's my favorite kind of Double Fine game.
Like the puzzles are pretty lightweight. Like the puzzles are not especially challenging. Like, it's kind of like an interactive animated movie, honestly. Like, it is very much. I'm trying to think how to sorry, I didn't have much sleep much last night.
Is it an experience?
Yes, it's like it's like kind of adjacent to a Journey type of thing, I would say.
It is $30.
It's $30,
and it looks beautiful. We did see it.
Like, I don't want to sound hyperbolic here, but I think it is actually one of the best looking games I've ever seen. Like it is like just a fucking explosion of insane art design for 5 straight hours. Like, it is really something to behold. And
is there? I'm gonna guess no, but not a ton of replay value, right? Like,
not really. I did miss.
Want to see it again?
There's 13 achievements, and I think I missed like 3 or 4 of them.
Okay.
So it might be worth going back and finding those, but like it's going to be basically the same every time you play through it.
Yeah. And so the things change up.
Yes,
past,
like dramatically.
Okay,
like very dramatically. And like I don't really want to say too much because like
that's the experience.
Being surprised by those things is a delight.
Yeah.
But this is the walking lighthouse game for people who may not remember.
And again, Double Fine's release here.
But again, like, trying to think how to say this without just giving things away. The nature of what you're doing, the nature of the game changes like fairly dramatically, like 3 times throughout the course of the game.
Okay, and were we in time 1 when you streamed it?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, like stuff is substantially different past where I'm at. And even before those things happen, there's some wildly inventive stuff in this game.
You just get a gun, I assume, later on.
Yep. Lighthouse with a gun.
Yep.
That's the one.
That's cool. I'm glad to see. So you enjoyed it.
Yes, it was really a singular experience for me.
That's cool.
Like, there's some incredible camera work in there. It's just like bursting with like unbridled creativity. I mean, just some really crazy shit in there. Like, I would describe it as kind of weird Pixar in tone.
Yeah, I mean, that's
like kind of. Yeah, I mean, straight up, there's not a small amount of Lexo Jr. in that lighthouse. Like, in the way that lighthouse acts, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the lighthouse's face is its lamp in the same way that Pixar lamp, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, there's definitely a little bit of that vibe, but it's like
a Pixar. When you were playing it, Pixar meets like a Tim Burton. You know, it didn't have like the black and white, just
or even more Phil Tippett, maybe even like it gets super weird. Like, it is like Burton. Sure, there's definitely some of that in there. Like, things are weird in that game.
Yeah, we only saw. I think you streamed about 20-ish minutes, 25 minutes ish.
It really goes some places, and like they do a lot with technology in places. Like, I'd like, again, without trying to give too much away, like sort of remaking environments on the fly around you back and forth in ways that are just like stunningly impressive to look at. Like, the lighting is fantastic. Again, the art design, use of color, like camera angles. I mean, it's really like a singularly cohesive visual piece, I guess I would say.
So we're in a particular place, but people listening to this have probably been following us for a long time or play a lot of video games or are probably deep into video games. And, you know, it's not a game that I feel like was promoted a ton.
No.
You know, and this is probably a thing that has to do a little bit, I would assume, with just Microsoft, right? Microsoft has Call of Duty. Microsoft has Outer Worlds 2. Microsoft has Ninja Gaiden.
I think they probably played a role, but I actually think it might be more Double Fine, the amount that Double Fine has been out there in their messaging saying like, hey, we really tried to preserve the surprise of what this thing is, like multiple times.
Yeah.
In the messaging and marketing, to the extent that I feel like they probably wanted to play this very close to the vest.
So you think they had confidence, but do you think you're taking them at their word that they honestly just didn't want to give too much away?
Yeah, absolutely. Based on how this game evolves over the course of its runtime. Like, if they could have put you know, clips from every section of this game in a trailer 6 months ago, but that would have given all of it away.
I think there's a way to, like, I'm not in marketing, and if I were, I'd be terrible at it, but there's probably a way to at least pique curiosity out there. It's just
Yeah.
it's just a
Certainly.
shame. Yeah, because it
This
seems
is-
like
I
it's a
mean-
shame that the awareness isn't there.
This is not quite Metal Gear Solid 2. Hey, by the way, you actually played 90% of this game not as Solid Snake territory, but it's like
Yeah.
it's like kind of adjacent to that in a way. Okay, actually, that's maybe overselling it a little bit.
But like
But-
you know what
but
I
like
mean.
it-
Like I guess I just want what's best for Double Fine at this point. You know?
Totally, yeah, I get it. The nature of the mechanics and the framing and like X, Y, and Z aspects of the game do change pretty dramatically
Okay.
over the course of the time with it, and it's always fun to discuss. Like the first time it happened, I was like, "Oh wow, really? Wow, that's
That sounds
unexpected
interesting.
and cool."
Yeah, I like
In a
that
way
stuff. Very
in a
unique
way
to
that-
games.
Yeah, yes, in a way that if I had known that was coming, I would have just been like, "Oh, there's that part."
Yeah.
I cannot overemphasize. It's impossible to overstate how impressive visually this game is. Like, I just didn't expect this from Double Fine at all, because like they've always had strong art design, but
Yeah.
like the marriage of art and tech and presentation in this really just feels like on a new level for them.
Well, that's the thing, though, right? Is that they've had very limited opportunities to really bask in the current technology of video games, because their last game was Psychonauts 2, and that took them like 5-6 years to
Yeah.
make. So, like,
Yeah.
this whole generation, haven't been able to do a whole lot. So this is kind of the first time they've really had their chance to stretch their legs with this hardware since Psychonauts came out.
Totally. And like, I don't want to get into too deep into like engine tech talk here, but they're on Unreal Engine 5 in this, and they're clearly using the lighting and some of the other modern features of that engine to like pretty incredible effect
Mhm.
in this thing.
I wonder if within Microsoft, if they got the benefit of some shared knowledge from other teams.
Yeah,
if they
I
have-
watched the whole credits, and there's like a whole section of like external Xbox developers that seem like they maybe contributed to this as well.
Do you think Double Fine? I don't know. Well, okay. 2 questions. I guess these are really wrapped together. Have you seen anything on how this is being adopted by an audience, like sold, basically?
No, because it's a Game Pass thing. Like, it's impossible to say.
Ah,
Like, that always
sure.
muddies the waters so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Like, and I don't think it's like, doesn't seem like it's posted enormous numbers on Steam, but like that doesn't really tell much of the story.
Yeah,
When like a
right.
ton of people will be playing it on PC Game Pass or Xbox Game Pass or
I mean, the people who are left, I guess we should say, right? I mean,
Mhm.
which
Yes.
is probably still considerable.
yeah. I mean, it's like pretty rough time for that game to launch on
Yeah,
Game Pass.
right.
Like 2 weeks after that insane price increase that made people cancel that service en
Yeah.
masse.
So there are plenty, and I had solicited some, and mentioned this before, some anecdotal stuff, and many people did write back and say they canceled. Some people said
Yeah.
that they still find the value in it.
Yeah.
I guess the second question would be: Do you think that we'll be hearing more from Double Fine in the next 2 years ish? Let's say
I-
like another project.
I hope this is not the only thing they're working on
Mm.
or were working on, but I
Mhm.
can't say. That was definitely my assumption, like based on when they announced Lee Petty as the director of this game, and I thought back to like Amnesia Fortnite, because he was one of the, you remember when they had like 4 teams kind of going all the time in
Yeah.
that studio?
Yeah.
Like he was the head of one of those teams, so he did like 3 smaller games in a decade or whatever. So when they announced him as the director of this game, I kind of assumed like, oh, maybe they're going back to that after Psychonauts and they're going to be churning out more smaller games. But it's hard to say because there's so much packed into this game that it doesn't feel small,
Yeah,
despite it being relatively short.
yeah.
Um,
I can understand that. Like just dense. It's a dense
Yeah.
game.
dense with like visuals and stuff. I will say, like, there are a couple of points in the game that feel like they drag a little bit. Like they definitely have a couple of like puzzle types that they kind of have you do a few too many times,
Mm.
where it's like, okay, like I thought this was fine the first half a dozen times I did this puzzle, and now I have to do it another half a dozen times, and it's like, all right. Like,
But-
it could have maybe even actually been shorter and a little tighter,
Jeez.
I think.
Okay, but you
um,
highly recommend, even for the experience alone.
Yeah, it's a really unique, like even having played stuff like Journey, or I'm trying to think like what else it compares to, it still feels quite unique even in that realm of like,
Inside.
I was thinking about it last night actually, like if this game had the caliber of puzzles and environmental interactions and stuff of an Inside, this would be like Game of the Year material.
Interesting.
But like I think the puzzle design is like
A little
reasonably
light.
interesting, but it's super straightforward, and again, like there are spots where it's just a little drawn out.
Well, that's Keeper. That came out October 17th. That is $30.
Really weird soundtrack too. Like
Oh,
I
yeah?
should say,
Hmm.
like this is extremely like play this on the best like HDR big TV you have with headphones on type thing, because like the music is uncanny, I guess is the best way I would describe it. Like it's very not typical video game score at all. Which I can't, it's kind of hard to qualify beyond that. Like it pairs with the weird ass visuals in a way that is just all kind of, it's just a whole aesthetic.
No PlayStation announcement for this.
No.
But on the PC and on Steam. That's Keeper. Before we move on here, let's see. Let's pop into something. Brad, do you want to tell me about your time in Plants vs. Zombies Replanted?
That's super short. I have not played a ton of that.
Yeah. Something
seems
just quick touching it.
It seems very much like a serviceable, straightforward, probably pretty bare bones remaster.
Okay.
Up-res of that game.
Sure.
I have not spent a ton of time with it yet. I guess I could go read and see if they've added anything, but from everything I've seen, it feels like it is just that game in higher res.
Hey, I was, my kids, a couple of years ago, they were big into Plants vs. Zombies. It's I still think a great early video game for kids.
Yeah. I love that game.
And I'm glad there's a new version of it, which is pretty much on everything under the sun at this point.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff about the development of it that I haven't fully sussed out yet. Like the composer of the original game I saw was posting on Twitter. She had watched some footage of this remaster, remake, whatever, and was super bummed that they did not implement the dynamic music in this game that she composed.
Oh.
Like, the way she explained it, I mean, it was just pretty basic dynamic music stuff of like, the music adds extra stems in as things heat up, it's like, like when the final wave triggers, the full percussion track comes in type stuff. And then she was like, in this remaster, they just play the full mix of the music constantly.
Why would you do that?
Well,
I'm sure there's some kind of coding reason why you would make that choice,
or just an oversight. Like that happens all the time with remasters, especially with different developers doing the remaster, that they just overlook nuance to the original that,
Yeah, maybe they'll patch that in.
Maybe
they didn't have all this. Maybe they didn't have all the stems. Maybe
I guess that's possible.
That can happen.
I guess that certainly is a possibility. Now that you mention it, the weirder one is one of the original artists on the game I saw tweeting about this. There's apparently concept art in this that he never designed.
Oh,
in a way that just seems weird. I don't know where this is coming from.
I don't know.
I mean, did they have other concept artists that maybe just were doing some early stuff? Or
so the example he cited was, do you remember when they had the extremely Michael Jackson-esque dancing zombie?
I do.
Yep.
And then the Michael Jackson estate extremely was not pleased with that, and they replaced that zombie with like kind of a disco dancing zombie.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This artist says he redesigned that zombie in like an afternoon. Like he literally just had to like patch something else in as fast as humanly possible.
Mm-hmm.
And that, like, he basically was, and I, this was a long time ago. Maybe maybe he just forgot or something. But he straight up said, like, there is no concept art for that thing because we had to do it so fast that I did it. I did it in an afternoon. Like, I designed that new zombie in an afternoon. There is no concept art for this, but yet there is some in the game. And where the fuck did that come from? I don't know. Is what he said.
That's kind of mysterious.
So I don't know.
Well. Aside from the mysteries, Plants vs. Zombies Replanted
certainly plays like Plants vs. Zombies.
$20, and again, kind of available on everything. And that's still put out by EA, we assume.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, let's take a quick break. We've got a bunch of little things to jump into here. Brad and I played a bunch of multiplayer demos with Will Smith. We'll just kind of run down some of those, and then a couple of other things. And then we'll talk about our check-in with Death Stranding 2 and see where we are. But for now, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. This week's show is brought to you by Mood. Alex Navarro, did you know there's an online cannabis company that ships federally legal THC right to your door?
I did, and it's called Mood. I know this because I tried Mood's products.
Alex, you've partaken in weed before. What can you tell me about Mood?
Sure, I'll own that. Absolutely. I am a weed man. I have been known to enjoy the weed products.
You are an adult who has partaken before?
Yeah, so Mood is a company that will ship products to your door. These are hemp-based weed products. They are THC and also CBD oriented. I ordered a few different things from them. I grabbed their Gentle Introduction Pack, which included a couple of different varieties of gummies, and also some seltzer of the THC and CBD variety.
Okay.
And I want to say, I've drank some of those seltzers before, which are not good. These actually were pretty tasty.
Well, let me give you some things they have written down here. They've got Mind Magic Gummies, which are stated here for deep work and creativity, PMS support to ease cramps and balance mood swings,
Can't speak personally to that one.
Sexual Euphoria Gummies to help you feel ready for action and turn every touch into a full body experience.
Oh my.
Mood's functional gummies combine premium, federally legal THC with targeted botanicals to help you get into the perfect mood, usually in as little as 15 minutes. That's what it says here.
Mm-hmm.
And everything ships discreetly right to your door. No dispensary lines, no awkward conversations, just better days and nights delivered to your doorstep. The only awkward conversation you'll have is when you ask your friend and podcasting co-host, how are the Sexual Euphoria Gummies, and did they turn every touch into a full body experience?
Yeah, I'm not at liberty to share that sort of thing. I'm just going to say I've enjoyed the products I've used so far.
Best of all, not only is every Mood product backed by a 100-day satisfaction guarantee, but listeners get 20% off their first order with code Nextlander. So head to Mood.com, find the functional gummy that matches exactly what you're looking for, and let Mood help you discover your perfect mood. Don't forget to use promo code Nextlander when you check out to save 20% off your first order. Thanks, Mood. And we're back. And so is the loudest leaf blower, Suburban Menace, I have ever heard in my life. I was like, man, what is there, a guy leaf blowing like on top of my house? And 2 houses down. So
and I could
loud.
still hear it. That's how loud it was. I could hear it from your microphone.
Holy cow, man, that was really loud.
Isn't there like a noise ordinance or something?
You know, who cares these days?
Yeah, ain't no law.
I don't know if our town definitely does have one, but like, I don't know what's, just, I can't sometimes the suburbs, Brad, you know, just makes me want to move back to the city. All right.
I don't know. There's
yeah.
Somebody has band practice like right out behind this apartment building about once a week.
Great.
Yeah.
Like, how are they?
Except, I mean, it's bland.
Okay.
It's kind of, I don't know, man.
It's not charming anymore.
Extremely not. Like maybe go get a practice space at this point. I don't know. The other thing is the city has like a very strict, like no noise after 10 p.m. Like to the point that like outside lands and like all the festivals that come through Golden Gate Park have to be done by 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And they were practicing like till like 12:30.
See, now that's
it's not that far from our bedroom window.
Nope.
Yeah, that's
like
dicey.
Nobody called 311 or whatever.
Like it's not great. I didn't do anything, but I was not. Usually they stop by 10.
Yeah. Maybe they had a big show.
My girlfriend refers to it as midlife crisis night.
You think it's older folks?
Kind of. That's the vibe I get. You
should go over there and bring your keyboard. See if they, hey, I heard you guys playing. I'm just going to sit here and play too until we stop. How about that? All right, let's continue on with the video games. Let's jump into, Brad. Let's talk about some of those demos. We don't need to go very deep, but we did try out a couple of things from Next Fest before they disappeared, or if they're going to disappear, with Will Smith, a couple of multiplayer things worth mentioning here because at least 2 of these things I thought were real fun, with a couple of other ones in here. First, Yapyap, part of the Get Your Prox Chat. I don't want to use the word friend slop because I don't love it, but this is Lethal Company meets Harry Potter. Like that. Sure.
That is
without the licensing.
Extremely without the licensing
around that,
and also a little dragon naturally speaking in there,
and also it's also all the spell casting is voice activated, which is about as stupid as you think it is.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. So you have some. It's a little like to me. It seems like maybe they came up with a mechanics first and then a concept for the game later.
Yeah, kind of.
Because you kind of just jump in the demo. We played with 3 people, obviously, and you go in and there's a couple of goals you need to knock off a list as you're.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like mix some potions and destroy 20 of these things and.
But you get different wands, and they do different things.
Yeah.
So they're like themed wands. There was like a wind wand, maybe like what would you call that one? Like an illusion wand.
Illusion wand. There's like a disgusting wand.
Yeah, I
like
could pee.
peed and farted.
Yeah, and snot bubbles. It was fun. It was goofy. The voice recognition stuff seemed to work well enough. To make the whole thing kind of work.
That one guy has some potential. I mean, it's not that different from your repos and other, content warnings. Like they're all Lethal Company plus a gimmick. But it's a pretty good gimmick. So
maybe the art style leans a little too swimmy in its PlayStation 1 realm. The other one I'll mention here, Roadside Research. This is basically a convenience store, roadside convenience store, gas station simulator with theming of that you're aliens.
Now that one did feel kind of slop adjacent to me.
Yeah.
Because it felt like the human characters were like right out of some asset store, like character generator kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the concept is you're aliens in like shitty human disguises running a convenience store as a way of studying and I guess probably eventually abducting human beings.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly we were running a convenience store.
It felt like way more just straightforward convenience store simulator, though.
Yeah, from what we played, again, all of these we only touched, but it had a good kernel there. It was the loop seemed okay. We touched a little bit of Ultimate Sheep Raccoon, which is a follow up to Ultimate Chicken Horse, but this time you're on motorbikes.
Yeah, yes, it's literally Ultimate Chicken Horse plus Trials.
Yeah, yes, that is it.
But like the bikes, it's 2D. It's 2D bikes that control a lot like Trials bikes.
And you're building environmental hazards and so on and so forth. Very much like Ultimate Chicken Horse. Finally, I'll mention Final Sentence, a game.
Final Sentence.
Alex, you had played during our grab bag. We went back into with Will. This time we had the voice stuff all on, which adds a real weird dynamic. So the setup for Final Sentence is, I don't know, is it 30 people in a room?
I believe it goes up
30. It goes up to 40 in this demo, but I believe they said the final version will have up to 100.
Oh, gee, in one room, one session?
Yes.
Amazing.
If you don't know, it's a bunch of people, let's say at least 20 to whatever plus people in a room at typewriters in this very Soviet era looking oppressive, almost 1984-esque kind of whatever regime you're in, you're stuck with a typewriter and there's a person with a revolver standing in front of you in a like black trench coat, and you're surrounded by other people in very similar desks, low lighting. And when the countdown starts, everyone has to start typing the same thing. And for every mistake you make, you get marked off. You make 3 mistakes. The person with the gun will put 1 bullet in, spin the chamber, Russian roulette. And that chamber has how many sizes?
6. It's a 6. It's a 6 shooter. It's a standard revolver. Yes, they chamber around every time you make 3 mistakes and spin the cylinder, and you die or you don't.
You die or you don't, and then you keep going. If you make it to the end of a text block in it, you get a reprieve. Your mistakes are erased, but the bullets in the gun will remain.
This game is fucking insane.
Yeah,
like it's straight up. It's the first line of the Steam description is literally Final Sentence is a typing battle royale.
It really is.
And that's exactly what it is. But like everything from the vibes, the visuals, the sound design is incredible. Like the oppressive kind of totalitarian imagery of it, to the nature of what you're doing and the brutality of screwing up, to the open mic aspect of people just shouting the stupidest shit constantly while you're trying to type.
With like, again, proximity, like somebody far away might be like, no. Yes. Or somebody close to you might just be like, hi, hello.
I haven't had a single, thank God I haven't had a single instance of just like straight up bigotry. I've definitely had a few people just being like jackasses, like just trying to screw people up by like reading what they're typing while they're doing it, or like kind of trying to get inside people's heads. I've had like 3 or 4 like absolutely classic hilarious moments of people just, stuff you can't fake, stuff you can't just like recreate on command. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like my very first open mic experience was I got in there, and it was one of the ones that mixes some Latin in. It was not the lorem ipsum one, but it was one that mixes like English and Latin.
Okay.
Get in there, and immediately this dude in a thick Southern accent is like very awkwardly reading the things he's trying to type, as including the Latin, which is going very well for him.
Lorem ipsum.
getting increasingly frustrated, and then like come to find out that there is also a woman in the same match who clearly is probably in the same room with him, or at least they're in a voice call together, because she is just laughing and like destroying the match, like she's like way out in first place, and he's just getting increasingly frustrated that she's beating his ass.
That's very funny.
It, like just really goofy ass stuff.
Like the mechanics of it, I think, are really cool for a game that is basically built around typing.
Yeah.
Like both the breadth of weird generic text that they are throwing at you, and also like the death mechanic of the like, hey, it's a Russian roulette. It's not you fuck up, you die. It's you fuck up enough times you have a chance of dying.
Yeah.
And I feel like that really adds a fun X factor to the failure aspect of the game.
It is extremely addictive. I just checked. I hit level 128 in the demo.
Oh my
like,
God.
Granted, you level up very fast. Like if you win a match, you're gaining like 6 or 7 levels.
There's like oddly an interesting. It's a deeper mechanic or at least strategy than it maybe appears at first, because like you said, Alex, you when you mess up, you have a chance of being eliminated, but you get 3 strikes. So you might have 2 strikes. And then you just might slow down, right? Just take it very slow. Yeah. But if you do that, somebody else might be pulling ahead, right? So there comes a time when you're like, shit, if I don't speed up, I'm going to lose. Because if somebody wins, everybody else loses.
Right.
So there winds up being these points where I would be like, oh crap, I have 2 strikes. I just need to make it to the end of this text block. But Brad is like way ahead by like a text block, because you could see how far ahead the person
you don't know
lead.
who it is that's ahead of you, but you know someone is.
Well, you can check
hit
the
tab.
ranking.
You can hit tab to get a leaderboard at any time to see who's in first place. But yes, there's like a track at the top that is broken up into each sort of stanza of text, and you can see little flags based on where everybody is.
So you can try, and this happens, you can try and just go slowly and hope the person in the lead messes up, because you'll see sometimes you'll be in like 3rd place and you'll hear a gunshot go off, and then suddenly you're in 2nd place.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh. There was one where we were doing where I was in 1st place, and all I had to do was like type like 3 more letters, and I just fat fingered and hit 2 at the same time, and that was the end for me.
Yeah.
I just messed it up. It's a weirdly addicting game. The matches move fairly well. Like you just get matched in again, and you're in, and it's just the mechanic everybody knows. It's just type. And don't mess up.
But it is absolutely fucking diabolical at times. Yeah. Like they'll throw stuff, and I don't know where they're pulling their text in from. There was kind of a distressing number of repeats as I was playing the demo.
Yeah.
Like, presumably because it's a demo, I hope there's an endless amount of text in the final game. But like I was getting stuff like occasionally they'll give you stuff that is just full of errors, just like every word is misspelled in some way that absolutely destroys your brain. We got one the other day where the first line of every new stanza was this like insanely complicated like taxonomic nomenclature, like kind of, family, genus, family and genus kind of like for fungi type stuff.
Like words you would not be typing on the reg and just have muscle memory for.
Words with like 50 letters in them. I got one that was almost entirely binary, so it was nothing but 1s and 0s in blocks of 8 characters, like just some crazy shit in there.
Really interesting setting for a fairly benign gameplay mechanic.
Yeah, like the visual treatment, like the kind of vibe of the whole thing really elevates it beyond just what the gameplay offers. But I am dying to see what the full product of this is.
Yeah. That's Final Sentence. That's the kind of multiplayer stuff we played. You can check that out on Monday. There was I think one more, but we didn't really get into it. Semi or whatever.
Yeah, that game was broken.
We just didn't really engage with it very much, but you can check out that stream from Monday if you're curious to see how all that goes. I want to say probably more than half of that stream is us playing Final Sentence by the end.
Probably.
All right, moving on here. Alex Navarro.
Yeah.
Tell me about Easy Delivery Company?
So this came out like a month-ish ago or so on Steam, and I kind of earmarked it for checking it out at some point, and then I saw some people talking about it this week, so I finally took the plunge on it. It is a $13 game, and it is in that PS1 retro style of kind of swimmy, pixelated graphics, but I would not say it is overly swimmy by any stretch.
Okay.
And it is a low-key delivery game with some spooky vibes, is how I would put it.
Spooky
it is
vibes.
Not like monsters and like ghosts or anything like that. Or if there is, I haven't run into any of that yet. It's more you are in a fairly down on its luck region, which is sort of like a snowy mountain region. There's a few towns around, at least in the early goings, and you are driving from place to place just doing deliveries for people. All the characters are these little like Animal Crossing-ish sort of cat people.
Okay.
They kind of bounce around like on, like they have chunks and they kind of bounce and walk versus just straight up walking.
Sure.
And you have a little like K-style truck, and all you do is go to a place, pick up the thing you want, haul it over your head, drop it into the bed of the truck, close the truck, drive it to wherever it needs to go. Things will bounce out of the truck, but as long as you have some of your delivery left by the end of it, it still counts.
Okay.
And there's a story going on that seems to be about why the town is like this, why everyone is kind of down on their luck, why they're constantly ensconced in snow and all of that. But that's kind of the thrust, is as you are going through and doing these deliveries, kind of going from place to place, it is slowly unveiling whatever the weird story is that's going on under the surface.
How's the driving mechanic? Like pretty straightforward?
Pretty straightforward. There are definitely things you can do for your truck. Like I got to the point where I needed snow tires finally, so you can add those. Like there's equipment you can buy for the truck to make it, I think, a little less of a jalopy. The terrain is a mixture of just regular roads that are very curvy and a lot of like weird snow drifts and other things that like sometimes will make you bounce in unexpected ways. There are definitely physics aspects to this, though it is not overly reliant on that stuff.
Okay. Easy Delivery Company. It's $13, available on the PC. I assume you're playing on Steam.
Yeah, I'm playing on Steam. It is, I've seen it described in a couple places as Lynchian. I wouldn't go that far yet.
Okay.
I think more in the sense that it is a normal town that is having some very weird shit going on in the background, but I haven't gotten far enough into it at this point to know what that weird shit is. Just that everyone seems very depressed.
Oh, I mean, everybody's really depressed.
But it's in that, it's in that same general wheelhouse of just like, chill games,
Sure.
low-key delivery games. Like there's not really anything
Your cozy core delivery game.
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, it's not that cozy because you're pretty fucking cold all the time, but there's definitely, and there's also like a death mechanic, because if you're out in the cold for too long, or your energy depletes too much, you will basically just keel over.
It's a Strand game.
Yeah, you have to buy energy drinks and coffee to keep your energy up.
Oh boy.
Also, you seem to never sleep, or at least I never have, which feels like maybe a light commentary on gig economy shit. I don't know.
Easy Delivery Company, again, $13, available on the PC. Came out in mid-September there. Alex,
cool game.
A game that I also think is cool, with a death mechanic. Dead Reset. We played some of this on our Friday Shite. I think we're going to come back and actually finish this one up at the start of our next Friday Shite. Brad Shoemaker, this is a Wales interactive joint, if that tells you anything. What that should tell you is that this is an FMV smorgasbord, full FMV, not halfway.
Full motion video.
This is $15. It came out last month in September. The setup is very Edge of Tomorrow. It is very much a time loop where every time you die, you reset. Or Groundhog's Day, but a little more Edge of Tomorrow, I would say, just for the mechanics. That seems to go away a little bit, or at least when Abby was playing, not factor as much into the gameplay after the initial introduction of the mechanic.
Yeah, it feels more like the time loop is part of the plot than it is really the mechanics.
So I was going to ask if they justify the time looping narratively at all.
They do.
They do.
Yeah,
there's a reason for it.
It's kind of the reason for the season it's a small set production here, which means it seems like maybe they have a couple of rooms, and the idea is you're trapped in this underwater base with I think it's 5 people out of the gate. And
yeah, it's 5 plus you, I think.
And so whether or not the choices you make on who lives or dies really are of consequence, we can't say because we're only playing through it once, but you can look at checklists to see choices you've made in the typical kind of more modern FMB game style of here's the branching path you took, right? Here's the
right.
I did like it though. I think it's kind of fun and corny.
Yeah, it has a real like low budget monster feature level of production from like the 80s or something. Like a lot of the early game takes place in one room, and then when they do start to branch out, it kind of feels
looks like an office.
It kind of feels like they just threw some tarps in an office hallway to kind of give it that vibe. But
yes,
the acting is a general like at a base level, I would say better than I was expecting. Not amazing, but definitely like playing into the vibes.
It's fun. It's fun also because it's sincere it believes in itself, which makes it
every Wales production is like that.
Yeah.
You know, like they don't do knowing irony like cheesiness. They just believe in the cheesiness.
So it makes it fun to watch because the script believes in its own bullshit. We know whatever's going on there.
And some of it is definitely bullshit, but I think that, they seem to at least be having fun with the concept.
Yeah. That's Dead Reset. You can check out what we've played of that so far from our Tuesday stream on Friday night, and I do believe we're going to try and wrap that one up just to see how it ends.
Yeah, that feels like a game you could probably beat in like 3 or 4 hours if you were dedicated, but also there are definitely other outcomes you can probably experience.
And that's pretty much on everything, I think, including mobile. If you want to catch it there, it was $15. We played it on the Steam version.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Finally, unless anybody else has anything they would like to bring up.
No, I mean, I'm almost done with baby steps, I think, so I'll probably finish that up this week. I finally booted Ghost of Yotei back up, so I've started to play a little bit more of that, though it's been so long since I touched it, I kind of forgot everything, so I just kind of spent a little time reacclimating myself to things.
You're trying to get revenge.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide what I'm going to try to decide what my next big game will be after Death Stranding. Do I want to go back to Yotei? Yeah, right. Well,
I think you do worse than Yotei. I'm still having fun with that thing.
As if such a state of being exists as after Death Stranding 2.
It is a bottomless. It is a cup in which you don't realize there's just a slow leak, and if we come to it, unless should we get into our Death Stranding 2 check-in?
Do it.
Well, we're going to talk about Ball Pit. Also.
Oh, sure, Ball Pit.
But I might push Yotei. I still want to play Silent Hill F and Dying Light the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and those are Halloween games.
Sure.
So get in there.
So I kind of feel like I need to try those sooner than later, and then Yotei will be there next month. Anyway,
Ball Pit.
Are you guys still playing Ball Pit?
I am in little bits. Like I haven't made a ton of progress over the last week, but I've definitely gone on some runs.
I played a bunch of it since last week. I feel like I am getting pretty hot and cold on it.
Yeah.
Well, you felt like you were a little touch and go just in terms of the way a build can either sink or extremely sink or swim you.
Like losing feels really bad in that game for a reason I can't quite put my finger on. I think maybe because it happens in such slow motion.
Yeah.
Like you can see it coming like 2 minutes. I feel like I can see my losses coming like 2 minutes before I finally die.
But by the time you see it, there's not much you can do about it.
But there's kind of nothing you can do.
Oh, like when you realize you can't stem this tide?
Yes, exactly. Like by the time you realize, like, oh, I just don't have the damage output to deal with this, or I've got a bad combination of perks or something, and I've just got to sit here and desperately flail at this for the next 2 or 3 minutes until the inevitable comes. Some of the characters I'm not loving. Have you guys gotten the character whose balls come out of the back of the screen? Yes, I know.
No, I have not run into that one yet.
I'm 12. It's all right.
There's a character whose shots come out of the back of the screen.
Mm-hmm. Those back shots.
I do not like that character. Like that character's hard as fuck to deal with. Like
that
just
seems
straight
weird.
up.
I mean, in a game where you have a lot of different characters and you have to find ways to make the mechanics unique, like there's going to be some duds. That will happen.
Yeah, like that one, I just have not gotten my head around how to deal with, how to play correctly. Like I love the game in concept. Like when it's like really firing on all cylinders, it's super fun. I just feel like I have a lot of highs and lows with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't find, like, it doesn't have that same Cult of the Lamb thing where, like, I'm equally anxious to get back to my base building as I am on the runs. You know, it isn't balanced in such a way where I feel like the downtime is that worthwhile or fun.
Based on my social media feeds, the base building aspect of this game is pretty universally not loved.
Like, I don't hate it. I just don't think it's great.
Like, the only satisfying thing I found is, like, whenever you build new buildings, you know, you have to, like, bounce villagers / balls off of them multiple times to complete the construction. Like, I've had cases where I built, like, 3 new buildings, and then you can arrange them in a way that, like, kind of traps the people when you shoot them in there, so they'll just keep bouncing around in there constantly. So, like, I think my record is I completed 4 construction projects in 1 harvest cycle. And, like, that's kind of satisfying, but yeah, the whole building harvesting thing just kind of feels like busy work.
And once they're built, you can just move them, right? Afterward?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, although now I'm getting to the point where they're starting to get, like, AoE bonuses.
Oh, okay.
Like, one of the houses for whichever, I think I leveled the character up enough that now his house, what is it? I think any other character's house within the AoE of his house gets, like, 25% XP bonus, which is, like, kind of huge.
Okay.
So there is some, like, city building aspect to, like, how you place stuff eventually.
Good news. This game seems to be doing very well, or relatively well. And so maybe they'll address some things that are not working as well for their community.
Or it might just be a brute force thing of the more upgrades I get, the easier it gets to deal with or something. I don't know. What level are you guys on? I just got to level 4.
I haven't touched it since the last time we talked. So I just have 2.
I'm on level 3.
2 characters unlocked.
I just beat level 4 for the first time, but level 4 very much felt like you just need to upgrade a bunch
to
get through this kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm still on 2. That's Ball Pit, $15. That is available on most everything. And you can catch it now. I still enjoy it.
I still like it, but kind of like teetering back and forth on if I'm going to keep playing a ton more of it or if I'm going to hit a wall.
You can play some Ball Pit while Sam is on auto drive on the roads. Let's get into our Death Stranding 2 check-in here. Beep, 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 beep. It is the spoiler warning city, though we will probably not talk too much about main narrative stuff, of course. If you're playing Death Stranding and you're trying to avoid anything, this is your spoiler warning for that stuff, because we're not here to not talk about Death Stranding 2. I think I'm still in 9. I think I'm still trucking around in chapter 9.
I think I'm still in 8. I don't think I've seen the end of 8 yet.
Okay.
I just got to F5.
Okay, which one is that? Who runs that?
What's his name? Victor?
Victor, okay.
I guess he's from the first game. I don't remember.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's who I thought you were actually talking about last time we checked in. He had a brother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Igor.
I didn't remember him from the first game.
I remember him. I'm just looking him up. Yeah, I remember this dude.
I might actually... Is he like from early on in the first game? Relatively?
He's in Port Knot City.
Sure.
I remember Port Knot. That must be early on.
Ask me anything about any Knot City.
Hey, I got one for you. Okay, 2 things. Again, spoilers, but I think you're past this part 2. Have you engaged in the Pokemoning at all yet?
Oh yes, okay. I just started doing that.
Are you like? That's pretty cool.
Just got to collect all the BTs.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It's all right. There are some like unique ones.
Okay, actually, I started to ask a question, but then I think my brain answered it mid thinking of the question, which is they basically tell you, okay, you whittle a big BT down, you throw a capture grenade in its mouth, and then you get a crystal that you can then later spend to summon the BT.
Well, you spend chiral crystals, not the crystal itself. So you it's not a one-time use.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, so you collect. So if you get, I don't know, the dolphin one, you just have that one, and then it's like 200 crystals to summon it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was per white crystal that dropped. That's exactly how they describe it, is every time you capture a BT, it drops a white crystal, and you can spend that crystal to summon it.
When they give you other tooltips, they're a little more explicit to be like, hey, this will not be expended. You will just spend chiral crystals.
That was very poorly explained then.
Initially, that's what I thought. And then there are other tooltips that are actually much... The corpus might also be pretty explicit about it not using the crystal up itself.
Okay. Because I did the fight where... I I did the fight where you fight like the three
the
dog-like,
the lions,
quadrupedal like lion type ones.
Those were a pain.
I captured all three of them.
What? Oh yeah, because you didn't know. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I looked in. Well, they do drop a crystal that gives you a ton of chiral crystals.
Yeah.
But when I looked in the inventory and I only had one of them, and I was like, wait, didn't I just capture three of these? How the fuck does this work? Okay, that makes more sense.
So you're basically getting the type. I did a boss fight-ish, a side boss fight. It felt like, like this is going to be a hard super BT fight. And I was like, oh shit, I got to capture this thing. So I had to do that fight like 3 times because I kept killing it accidentally. And then I finally captured it. And I was like, hell yeah, I caught this thing. I've got the best Pokemon. Whatever.
So wait, are there missable BTs then?
So I'm not sure. I did it. It seemed like a unique BT, but then I got something on my SSS thing that was just like, there might be more of these out there.
Yeah,
and I was like,
I would expect that to be the case.
But they make it sound like a named unique one. But I was very happy to finally get it. And I've used some of those BT. I've summoned them. They're pretty sick. Like when you use them in battle, they work.
Yeah, I summoned the squid octopus thing in that fight, but it was pretty handy.
That thing like launches mortars out, or at least that flying things it does. So that spent a bunch of time doing that and messing with those that aspect of the game. Upgraded a couple of level 2 roads, but it definitely is like
a couple.
Are you ready to just be done?
Well, I wish you could just do it from the truck. Like just let me interface with the console from the truck. And I also wish you could just add to a queue from the map. Hey, I want to upgrade this. I want to upgrade this. I want to upgrade this. How much do I need total? So I don't have to like do the mental math of like, all right.
Yes, the UI improvements over the first game are tremendous in this game, but I've played enough of it now that there are definitely still like half a dozen things that I wish were better. Like, why the fuck can you not just get a tally of how many resources of each type you have in your truck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, seriously. Just tell me that I have 4,800 ceramics in my truck. Don't make me sit there and try to do the math of counting up how many I have.
Or again, like, or like, let me mark 4 things for upgrade on the map and just tell me how much I'm going to need.
Yes.
Yep. Let me upgrade that, at least the roadside terminals from the car, because getting out, then making sure the truck is close enough to be like,
that's the worst.
Yeah.
That is the absolute worst. Is it's super picky about how close the truck is to the terminal.
It's got to be close, but not too close, or the terminal won't come out.
And whether the resources are available or not. I don't know how many times I've gone up, tried to do the upgrade, and then had to get out and reposition the truck just a little bit so it would recognize the resources. It sucks.
It's so annoying. And then the other thing that would be, I understand this is more of those are things that I feel like are easy enough to be like, those would be nice enhancements. This one might be a little gameplay breaking, but wouldn't it be nice to remote trigger a mining operation and then remote send the thing over to you, because you still have to wait for it to come across the rails. So if you could from something that's connected from a distribution center, let's say, it'd be really nice to trigger a mining process and then have it just deliver the thing to you. Would be very nice.
The fast travel is just fast enough to be useful, but just slow enough to be slightly annoying when you need to do things like that.
Well, especially if you have cargo on you and you're like, all right, let me dump all this cargo, or if you're using the Magellan or something before you, because you don't want to get the Magellan thing. Though I'm still not 100% sure how the Magellan rating works. Is it if you use that thing at all, will you get the Magellan rating on a delivered package?
Yeah, if you have ever fast traveled with the Magellan with that cargo in the Magellan, or on a truck or whatever, if you fast travel at all with cargo,
if the cargo's in it, okay,
it's forever flagged.
And one of the weird things that keeps happening too is like, I'll be doing a thing and then I'll be like, all right, I'm just going to go do this one other thing here, or I'm going to go do something else. And I don't realize until I've gone far enough away that the Magellan's locked in story mode and can't fast travel. I'm like, oh my God, I'm on the other side of the map. I want to go sleep in my quarters. I was just going to do this after this thing, but I can't fast travel. I've got to go haul my butt back to, I'm doing a lot of time in the snowy mountains now. So
this whole game I have been sort of eyeballing that mountain, thinking like, oh, there can't be actually a lot of gameplay up on that mountain.
It's like
that
a decent
seems like
amount up there.
too much of a pain in the ass. Like that's probably just a dead zone in the map. And then I happen to, you can do the different map views that shows like, this is the weather map. This is the one that like shows very clearly delineates each zone, like each kind of chiral network zone. I did that one yesterday.
Just saw the gaps.
And I saw like all the borders across the mountain. And I was like, oh my God, this whole fucking mountain is like 6 more locations I'm going to have to do, isn't it?
It's quite a few in there. I don't know if it's 6, but it's definitely,
like, and then I start zooming around and you can zoom down and start seeing like, oh, that looks like a house up there. Oh my God, I'm going to have to schlep cargo across this whole mountain like 8 times.
I mean, you're probably about the same story upgrades that I am, maybe a little behind. You do get some stuff that is makes it a little easier, but
dude, are you coffin boarding?
I don't. Should I?
Coffin board is, dude.
I don't want to carry it with me.
I think it's the chronobiologist, I think, is the only mountain location I have right now.
Okay.
The first mountain person. First of all, the coffin boards are everywhere in my game. I don't know why, but I'm
a lot of people
constantly
abandon them, because you have to like tow them behind you.
Well, they fit on the truck, but they take huge amounts of space on the truck. I just keep finding them everywhere. I just happen to need them. You fly up that mountain on a coffin board. I mean, it is like insane. Oh my God, dude. There's no friction. Like it's a hoverboard.
Oh, I thought it was mostly like a snowboard. Like
it kind of handles that way.
I thought it was like a souped up
ground.
version of the floating carrier.
It is, but I've never ridden the floating carrier.
Okay. I don't think it goes up on its own. Like it won't defy gravity.
Oh, there's no friction because this is a hoverboard and like you accelerate with the right trigger. Dude, you fly up that mountain.
Interesting. I should try some more of those.
I mean, of course, you're limited to whatever you can fit on your back at that point. Yeah. But I think I might probably just do targeted coffin board runs up and down the mountain.
So you can't tow a floating carrier with the coffin board?
I'm not sure about. Probably not. Maybe. I don't know.
Did you get the thing that says like, hey, if you see some coffins you can get inside and like interact with, you should do that if you find those. I checked. There was one enemy I fought that seemed to have a coffin on his back, kind of like in that Higgs fight, and he got stunned, and it seemed like maybe I can interact with him and go inside the coffin, but I wound up killing him instead, and I have not seen that enemy again. It was a mech. It was a ghost mech, and I need to keep an eye out for them. What's your loadout of choice? What's your fighting time?
One silenced level 2 MP assault rifle.
Okay.
One level 2 like lightweight shotgun.
Okay. With the grenade launcher?
Yeah, they both have grenade launchers. One silenced trank pistol.
Okay.
One stun bolo gun.
No big bore handgun?
No.
Oh, that thing is sick. Have you tried it?
I'm not sure that I have. Actually, there's a lot of weapons.
You should try. You should give it a try. That is my favorite weapon in the game. That thing seems to rip through everything. BTs, mechs.
Interesting.
Though the bolo gun really is the kind of OP. I mean, that thing's just for everything.
For humans, especially, like for the human bases, the bandit camps or whatever. I mean, it's just like they might as well not be there.
Even BTs. So I realized.
So I haven't been fighting enough BTs to know that it actually works well on them.
Oh, it's just because I was going to come in here and say, oh, I realized how you must have gotten all your crystals. You must be fighting a lot of the BTs. Because once I started fighting the BTs, I was like flush in crystals.
I was going to ask, okay, how many are you up to now?
I mean, I only because I'm spending a ton, but I think I'm rolling around with 15,000 now.
Okay.
But it's better than 0, which is what I had.
I'm up over 60 somehow now.
Oh, I thought there was a cap.
And that's I don't know, maybe. And that's after upgrading most of my roads.
Jeez. Okay.
We might reconvene on Friday about that issue.
Oh, okay.
Well, stay tuned.
All right. Yeah, I started just engaging with BTs now and just like watchers don't seem to give you much, but there are glittering BTs sometimes.
Okay, see, I don't even know. I can't even distinguish like what's a washer or what's a gazer.
Yeah.
Like I think you're like way deeper into a phase of BT fighting that I'm just starting to see the beginning of.
Well, I had just kind of like hauled ass out of any zone that ever had BTs in it, and I just kind of the big giant ones that stare down at you. The ones that were by
which I haven't seen since the beginning of Australia. Basically,
they were like by the Lone Commander ish.
Yeah, yes.
I don't fight them as much because they seem to not drop a lot. But the smaller ones that you can bolo and then use your boomerang knife to cut their umbilical cord to the world.
Interesting.
They get locked up and stunned, and then you get like they're like, this BT liked that you severed them, which I think might have been in the first game as well. Anyway, not too much story stuff for me. Mostly running around trying to see if I can wrap up a bunch of deliveries that I have. But every time I go to wrap up deliveries, I'm like, I'm headed back that way anyway. I'll just take on a delivery here. But the road upgrade stuff is really what I thought I would be doing more of. But I just find it tedious to upgrade the roads. And by the time I'm on the road, I'm like, it's not worth it. I'm just gonna go. At some points, maybe I'll do like a full road upgrade run. I have to map out in my head all of the mining spots, how I'm going to do it. And then I think it's going to be a later game thing for me. I think right now I'm just trying to move some of the story forward with doing some at least 2 or 3 stars in most of the places to get to the part where it's like, I think you've given me what I think is going to be the good thing.
I have been doing a lot less leveling up individual locations. Like I'm leaving most of them at like 2 or maybe 3 stars.
Yeah.
B, it feels like even the game wants you to move on because like I feel like at least right now, also they're a pain in the ass to get to. Like the one up the mountain is just like I'm not going up there on a regular basis, but also the rewards even feel like the game has kind of run out of stuff to give you.
Some people like in that mountain, I think, still give you some decent stuff.
Yeah, I believe there are still some good upgrades waiting toward the end of the game, but a bunch of them are just like the next upgrade is a fashion accessory, or this person just gives you nothing but like backpack trinkets.
Right. Yes. Did you get the backpack cover?
I don't think so.
Okay. It took me a while.
Is that just a timefall thing?
Yeah. It just puts a cover over your backpack, which is like, that's a cool thing. But then I couldn't figure out how to put it on, but it was in the customize your backpack zone. I finally had to redo my whole backpack because I guess at this point I have enough electronics stuff on me that my battery is just depleting like crazy constantly. Yeah, like I would just chew through battery with all the gear I had on, and I would just I had a situation where my truck had gotten caught in the goop in the tar. It disappeared. I had a bunch of stuff, made it somewhere where you had left a truck and was like, this is Brad's truck. Yeah.
I never leave that truck anywhere.
It was in a garage or something. I was like, great. I'll take this.
Yes.
I'll take this thing.
You've seen my splash of color then.
It was very nice. I had 2 sticky guns on it, which I appreciated. And then I went around. Okay, you know this area now because you've been to it. The southern part of the whole map that is like just like if you drive it, you could almost get back to the beginning of the map, right? If you were to drive around, I was like, I'm just gonna drive this thing and try and pop up every road and minecart thing, so I just know where they are if I ever want to plug away at them. That was a really hard journey. Your truck ran out of batteries, and then I had to like use my personal battery, and then I actually got out of the truck and slept a couple of times so that the solar panel would charge, and it was that truck and I had a really like hour-long trip of just trying to make it across that southern part of the map. But I did hit a couple of the things that you had mentioned of like, I guess we're just not open for business at this place yet, huh?
Yeah,
okay.
It continues to be my biggest disappointment with the game is that it does not reward those off-road kind of like, sequence breaking excursions.
Yeah.
You mostly are just wasting your time, unfortunately, to go to places that it doesn't want you to go yet.
Well, especially because they're not on the network and there's nothing there, and I couldn't recharge. I couldn't do anything.
Did my truck have batteries on it at that point?
I didn't. It did have extra batteries, but I think you probably also had a couple of the chiral jump things on it.
I now have 4 batteries on my truck, so that was probably before. You probably pulled a design from before I started doing that.
I still am not 100% sure. Well, not even 50% sure how the shared world stuff works ever. Are people just going to upgrade roads for me? Like, is that going to happen in my world?
Definitely not.
Yeah,
definitely not.
Because it definitely.
I think that stuff's mostly smoke and mirrors on the roads in particular. I think
I got a lot of likes when people use a road I restored.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Anyway,
last thing. Just speaking of roads before we move on. Two things. For one thing, it looks like upgrading roads also repairs them.
Oh, that's good.
That's worth knowing. If you have a road that's about to break, don't repair it. Just wait until you're ready to upgrade it, and that'll bring it back to 100%. The other thing is, it doesn't seem like the architect repairs roads.
What?
Which is the only reason I wanted to upgrade the architect.
He just does like bridges and
like he's constantly or repairing, not upgrading, repairing. Like he's constantly repairing my generators and bridges and you name it. Like every other thing I've ever built is constantly, because it shows up in the log.
Yeah.
Also, I love a game that has a log. Like, of course, this game is made for me. There's a straight up text log you can go through to see what's been going on.
I don't think I realized that he never does a road.
He's constantly repairing everything I've ever built except roads, and my roads are still like in the 30s, the earliest roads I've got. So, seems like you still have to repair your roads yourself, which sucks.
Yeah, I understand the timefall mechanic, and I understand the resource sink of it all, but like, let the roads be. Like let's just let the roads be.
Yep.
Let them live.
Yep.
All right. That's our Death Stranding 2 check-in. I actually think I might have, we'll see how this weekend shakes out. I might have some time this weekend to really sink into it. I might do a blitz for the end.
Well, I think I think there's still a good bit of story.
I think there is as well.
Is the impression I get. It sounds like it gets very story heavy in the last several chapters, but I might also pick up the pace on the story even more.
Yeah. And it sounds like, again, we're deep into talking about spoilers, but it sounds like maybe there's an opportunity to go back and do more stuff after the game, which
I would believe that. Well, that stuff's always.
Am I going to do it after?
Yeah. For me, when I've seen the end of the story, unless there's a good justification for, like, I feel like it's done.
Could be close to a platinum. You never know.
Yeah. I definitely will do that. But as far as like inhabiting the world and enjoying being in it, it's kind of done when I see credits.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you. All right, that's our Death Stranding 2 check-in. And boy, like I said, it just seems like sometimes I sit down 5 hours.
Never just a check-in
5 hours later, and I'm like, what did I do? What did I move?
Where am I? What's happening?
Did I move the ball forward? What happened?
Yeah, I'm torn on it. Like, if I didn't have this job and there wasn't like a professional reason to be playing other games, I probably would have played nothing but this game for like 4 straight months and been totally fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
It does feel like it's maybe getting in the way of other stuff a little bit, though.
It's just got to me. It's mostly like I feel like, when I played Final Fantasy or other like big games, it was the time I would come out of it and be like, oh, I'm inching closer to something. Sometimes here it feels like, no, I just went back and forth for my own benefit.
Totally. Like that's exactly what happened on Sunday. I sat down, like I got up on Sunday and immediately was just like, I'm just going to sit down and like make some headway in this game.
Yeah.
Next thing I knew, it was like after lunch. And I hadn't done the first fucking story objective that I thought I was going to do that morning. It's like, what is...
Yeah.
Where's the time going?
This game certainly takes its time. All right. That's Death Stranding 2, and that's the games. Plenty of stuff going on out there. We'll get to more of it next week. That Dispatch game is out today. I do want to check that out at some point. There's something else coming out this week. Oh, Power Wash Simulator 2, which I don't know if you guys care about much, but I'm curious to check that out.
I care like a little bit in that I know a lot of people who really love those games. I found the first one pleasant enough.
My daughter really liked it, so I'm looking to jump into there. We'll check that out maybe for next week. But for now, we're going to take another break. We've got not a heavy duty news section, but we've got some stuff going on and some passings and some movings on. So we will come talk about that in just a moment. Stick around. And we are back, and it is time for the news. In this news section, we have some sad news of a passing. We have some people who are also leaving positions. But to kick it off here, Brad, you linked the story here to the passing of Itagaki. Tomonobu? Is that
Tomonobu Itagaki passed away kind of suddenly and surprisingly.
58 years old.
At 58. face, I guess the designer, but definitely the face of Dead or Alive and the 3D Ninja Gaiden games.
Yeah,
Tecmo.
like the reboot.
Like the 2004
Xbox era Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, the 2004 Ninja Gaiden and 2. I don't think he was involved with.
No,
3,
he was
but I
gone by
can't
the time
remember.
3 came around.
Yeah, but not involved with the very old 80s Ninja Gaiden games, as far as I know.
And a personality, a video games.
Yeah,
Definitely a like character from a time before there were a lot of characters in game development. It was basically like Itagaki and John Romero back then.
Yeah. Like no Japanese designer has ever looked more like a member of Guitar Wolf than Itagaki did.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
I don't know too much about Itagaki outside of the stories.
I've been in a room with him, so I think I can tell you everything about his life.
Good. Maybe controversies, stories, saltiness, troll? Is it like a bit of a troll?
Hard to say.
Widely known for wearing sunglasses at all times.
And a leather jacket most times.
And long hair and leather jacket, like definitely a vibe for sure.
Cause of death is still being kept private, but he had a very, I wouldn't call it weird, but it was almost, initially it was kind of unsettling because it was this Facebook post, right, that came out.
You have to assume it was probably some relatively long-term terminal illness.
I think he said he was fighting some
The wording of the Facebook post is such that I've read like 3 different machine translations of this final post of his, but they all make it pretty clear that he effectively like entrusted this final message for someone that he knew to post once he passed. So clearly this was not unexpected.
Yeah, so it's almost like it's a goodbye letter, basically, and it's to be posted. I think it's explicitly in there. Correct me if I'm wrong in one of the translations. It's like, if you're reading this, I have passed.
Yeah,
like it's kind of like some pretty haunting language.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, the light of my life is finally fading. The fact that this message has been posted means that the time has finally come. I am no longer in this world. I've asked a loved one to make this final post.
Yep.
My life has been a series of battles. I kept winning.
Right. Yeah.
That sounds like the Itagaki I vaguely knew.
I've caused a lot of trouble too. I'm proud to say that I followed my beliefs and fought to the end. I have no regrets. However, I'm filled with regret that I wasn't able to deliver a new work to all my fans. I'm sorry. That's just how it is, so it goes.
Yeah, I feel like from a very removed point of view, as a game designer, kind of beloved, Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden, like you said, as someone to work with, maybe a little more troubled and contentious in terms of
I don't think
leadership and vision.
I don't think his relationship with Tecmo ended on a good note. He eventually went on to start his own production company or studio. They made Devil's Third. I think that kind of bombed out at a certain point, and then he went and started another studio, which was, I think, the one that was making whatever he was working on when he became ill.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure if he had a new game announced.
There was not a new game announced. I do think he started a new studio like 4-ish years ago, maybe.
Okay.
But I don't know that anything ever got announced.
Yeah, Devil's Third is the last like full game that he worked on this list.
I was never a huge Dead or Alive fan. Like, I played those games. Same. They were all right, but they always were kind of like second banana to me for 3D fighting games. But they certainly had their fan base, and they were technically, fairly enjoyable fighting games.
I mean, they're fine. I mean, the to be real, like the over-the-top boob physics always kind of like overshadowed the equality of the actual fighting,
which was never bad. Like, most of at least the ones I played, like, they were never bad fighting games. They just weren't necessarily the upper echelon.
So well, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to add to the Dead or Alive thing. The boob physics for sure definitely were a front page thing, but also when it came on an Xbox, like when it was like debuting on an Xbox was a big deal, and for Xbox to get Ninja Gaiden.
But that's probably maybe his biggest legacy was the like really kind of critical role he played in early Xbox success.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, he was definitely, I shouldn't say definitely. I'd have to like think back and really look at a list. I started to say he was like probably the most high profile Japanese designer to really fully back the original Xbox.
Definitely felt like it at the time.
Like Sakaguchi also.
That was the other one I was thinking of.
Formerly of Squaresoft, also really got behind the Xbox, but that was more 360 era. Like, I think Itagaki was probably the first one
And it was kind of a big deal, or at least it felt like it at the time.
Yes, and like Ninja Gaiden was like mind blowing. Like
I'll say it, like as lukewarm as I am somewhat on Dead or Alive, Ninja Gaiden 1 or 2 are probably two of the best hard video games ever made.
Yeah, like Ninja Gaiden really kind of bowled everybody over when it came out on the Xbox.
Unapologetically, both I think for Itagaki and for Ninja Gaiden.
Yes, and then of course there was also DOA Extreme Beach Volleyball, which we all know how that went.
Hey, that game has its audience.
Yeah, I sent you guys a Twitter thread from it was like January, actually. This was started recirculating in the wake of his passing from Katsuhiro Harada, the producer / like head of the Tekken franchise.
Oh, I didn't look at the date on it. I didn't realize that was from January.
Yeah, it's actually from a while ago. I think he reposted it. It was the longest Twitter post I've ever seen. I didn't know they could get this long.
It really is.
There's a really extensive history of his relationship with Itagaki over the years in a way that really made him out to be like a very savvy marketer. In a way that kind of surprised me, especially at a time when like game developers, designers were not, like I said, not really fashioning themselves as like outsized personalities. But I thought the really interesting aspect of that was that, Harada was at Namco working on Tekken and Sega had Virtua Fighter. And that this was like, the 90s were like the heyday of the Japanese arcade industry.
Yeah.
The thing I always forget is that Namco and Sega owned arcade franchises.
Yes.
So not only did they make like two of the top fighting games in arcades, they also controlled a huge amount of the physical real estate of arcades. So like they really had like some near monopoly power on like what games went into arcades. And that basically Harada's perception is that Itagaki realized like Tecmo could not compete on a level playing field, so he had to do some unorthodox shit to try to get DOA on the map and like he basically became like a giant asshole in the press and like ginned up like an almost professional wrestling level rivalry basically from the sound of it.
Oh yeah, he was trying to work him into a shoot
as a way of like trying to get DOA on the map or like trying to eke out some promotional value when they couldn't, they didn't have the same kind of institutional presence that those other companies did.
So I'll just add the interesting thing that I thought from Harada. This is all from Harada's point of view, obviously, and it's like in like, I don't know, 6 or 7 parts. One of the interesting things about that, Brad, in his telling of it, is he kind of paints Itagaki as this student of war history who is using these like tactics of like, you got to get as much information on your enemy as possible. You have to know their weaknesses, to the point where he was like studying the order of the credits, right, to see who was valued more important and who wasn't, and what the pecking order would be inside of the
like on the Tekken
developer
team.
Side of Tekken. Yeah.
It's something that sounds both incredibly smart and mildly sociopathic.
a little bit.
Sure.
I mean, and he goes on to say, like, look, it was like there was beef there. He's like, I'm not really sure what was happening for a while there. I was very confused. He kept calling me.
It kind of just feels like Itagaki was this weird tornado that kept circling Harada over and over again, and he couldn't figure out how to get rid of it. Like it was just there was always this problem. There was this cloud of dust around him at all times.
He kind of made it sound like Harada thought for many years that there was genuine beef there, and then at the end of the whole thing, he kind of found out that Itagaki maybe just was treating the whole thing as kayfabe.
Or was like, what do you say? We were a comrade. We were like,
comrades in arms.
Yeah. Like, I respect you as a fellow, battler in this arena. So like, there's obviously, I don't know Itagaki's life too well, but stuff would always come up, and it was usually about either salty stuff, again, some controversial stuff, stuff that would come up and be like, this kind of asshole. I'm not sure. But then all on the heels of like a very, for what I can tell, very well respected. The games that come out were very well respected.
The majority of them, I would say, were. And I don't know, this is a weird thing to ponder because, like, we're now in this era where people from this era are going to start dying. And I don't think we're not generally used to marquee designers and people from video games dying regularly, because it does, the industry isn't that old.
And this is fairly young. This is 58.
Yeah, 58 is still pretty young, but like they are starting to get up there in those years, and that's when these unexpected ones can happen.
And I would say he's even a generation newer than probably the first wave of like real names that you know. I mean, like realistically, I feel like the Atari generation is the first wave of actual names.
And
like,
some of them have gone, but some are still with us.
Some of the original Atari folks have passed on now, but none of those names ever got even close to the heights of like a Miyamoto or some of the names that became big in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, but like
yes,
we haven't had to spend a lot of time thinking about the legacies of these people and how we remember them because we just haven't lost that many marquee people from video games yet. And it's interesting trying to think about like what is Itagaki's legacy? Like it is obviously DOA in Ninja Gaiden, but is it just that? Because I kind of feel like the other stuff he did maybe did not hit as hard. He had a lot of weird embattled situations with Tecmo. Like it's a little bit of a muddy reputation, but at the same time, he is attached to two of the greatest action games of all time, and that's kind of a hard thing to argue with.
Yeah,
you know, and that scene, right?
Yeah,
and I think maybe even the bigger part is this kind of Japanese fighting game scene and action game scene that in the early days of laying a foundation for what would come later.
Like, who else are we talking about here? We're talking about Ono. We're talking about Harada. We're probably talking about Ed Boon.
In fighting games?
I'm talking about, like, the marquee fighting game figurehead people.
Yeah, Yu Suzuki, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, the Street Fighter sort of legacy has always been a little more diffuse to me.
Right, because Ono is, like, the modern era, but he wasn't always the guy for those games.
Yeah, and he hasn't been around in a while, also.
You know, Nin, Yuki-san, Papa.
Yeah.
All the credits. And you.
Yeah, and me.
And
what's my legacy in fighting games? Not very good.
So, yeah. R.I.P. Itagaki.
Yeah, like a real shocker. Real shocker. Like, again, just to illustrate his importance to the early Xbox brand, though, I feel like the thing that really struck me was how moved Seamus Blackley seemed by this. Like, he came out. It's not a dude you hear from very often about games these days. Like, I mean, he still posts on Blue Sky and stuff, but my dear friend, my brave companion, may you journey amongst the imperishable stars. May you sail on the boat of 1,000,000 years.
Whoa.
I'm guessing the conversations people were having with Itagaki who knew him were maybe more flowery than I ever realized.
Yeah.
He walked into the waiting room wearing sunglasses and leathers, sat next to me, and picked up the DualShock attached to the DOA demo. I was confused, so I picked up the other controller. I beat him maybe 1 out of 5 bouts. He slowly smiled, took the glasses off. Brother.
James Milkey also posted a thing about him that was pretty heartfelt.
Like obviously pretty controversial figure in some ways, but definitely a very notable one that, again, like played a pretty central role in the early Xbox stuff in particular.
That is Itagaki, passed away, 58 years old. We have some other stories here. Take a beat.
Yeah, just
more of a moving on kind of thing.
I mean, you know, it really does go to the theme, though, of like we're getting into that territory of.
We did just mention Ed Boon.
People who
are getting older, not necessarily passing away, but maybe
people who
retiring also.
Presided over some of the most formative experiences for us in games, or reaching the ends of their careers.
Or maybe deciding that they are, who can say, but Brad,
moving on to other pastures.
Yeah.
Dan Forden. I almost brought this up last week, but it feels more appropriate now. Dan Forden has retired from NetherRealm. My voice is like my vocal cords are not in the best shape to attempt.
I'll do my best here.
Okay, you know what? You go for it.
Toasty.
Okay, sure. That's respectable.
I love that. That's the thing. I mean, you kind of have to say it, but like a lot more than that.
I mean, speaking of like weird shit with developers just putting themselves out there at a time when that wasn't very common.
Oh
like,
yeah,
random dude who you've never heard of, whose head would pop out of the corner of Mortal Kombat 2 and shout "Toasty" every so often.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, Dan Forden, like clearly best known as the Toasty guy, but he was the sound guy on those games.
Sound design in Mortal Kombat is
it's amazing. It's incredible. And the soundtrack too. Like he did all the music and like all those early soundtracks are extremely Mortal Kombat is the best way I know how to put it.
Yeah, right. When you become your own adjective, right? Then you've made it.
So yeah, I guess he's worked on every MK since then. So
So he's, again, just because sometimes things get mushed together, he's retiring. He is not.
Yes.
He is leaving of his own accord. It sounds like. We hope. I don't know. Things are weird in the video game industry. Maybe he's decided it's time. Maybe he knows something we don't know about Warner Brothers and is like, you know what? Now's the time. Now's the time to go.
Yeah.
I don't need to go through another one of these.
Yeah, I mean, he was. I forget how small that team was, but he was one of only 4 people that made the first Mortal Kombat.
Jeez. Wait, so is it like Tobias and Ed Boon?
It was Boone, Tobias, Dan Forden, and God, I can't
Goro.
remember who the other one was. I should know this off the top of my head, but anyway.
It's Noob Sabat.
Now I need to know.
Yeah, I want to know too.
Was it Steve Barron? It might have been Steve Barron.
That name sounds familiar, but I don't know if that's why necessarily.
Anyway.
And then we have someone else who's leaving. So that was on the story you linked for Forden. That was 37 years making toasties. And then on this next story, we got 36 years on the headline here.
Sorry, John Vogel was the other one.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Vogel?
John Vogel was the other one on the first one.
On the next story here, we have Rare's Gregg Mayles.
Yes, also has this got. I don't know if we talked about this on the show here, but this got kind of like reported but not confirmed back around that massive Microsoft reorg. There was like a bunch of. I think we might have mentioned it in passing then. When Everwild got shut down, and You remember the event,
yes.
right?
Yes.
When Microsoft canceled like 3 games and blah, 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 shut down studios and stuff. Gregg Mayles has now confirmed that he has in fact retired from Rare. And this happened right around the same time as this other stuff. And it feels like we're just kind of on this subject now of big names in game design that are kind of moving on. He was one of the guys at Rare.
Yep.
Like, if I looked at his CV, I don't think he was there at the very, very beginning, like Stamper Brothers era, but definitely pretty
Solar
early
Jetman's
on.
pretty early.
Yeah, like he's pretty early on. Like there's like so he put out a poem.
Okay.
Like on Twitter, I don't know if you saw this, like he may have been the guy or certainly one of the guys who was like writing a lot of the rhymed couplets in Banjo-Kazooie. Like clearly was part of his thing, a lot of Rare games had a lot of rhyming.
Yeah,
as you recall, or maybe it was just Banjo-Kazooie. Anyway, he put out a little poem of rhymed couplets, kind of summing up his time at Rare. But there is an ultimate play the game reference in that poem, which was the very, very beginning of Rare, or that's what Rare was called before it was Rare. Anyway, I'm just rambling here, but I think he was the director of Banjo-Kazooie. I think he was the director of Viva Pinata. Like he was like
Donkey
way
Kong
up,
Country.
Yeah, like way up there on like basically all of Rare's biggest games.
Yeah, nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
Viva. These are games. These are games that loom large even for Giant Bomb, early Giant Bomb.
Yes. Yep.
Grabbed by the ghoulies.
Listen, say what you will. That game made an impression.
And again, Gregg Mayles retiring.
Yes.
And leaving. But we'll probably see some more people maybe move on to other projects. People now that we are reaching the point where the people that made games when we were in our kids and they were in their 20s and 30s are reaching what hopefully in this country can become a retirement age, let's say, an age at which one could possibly retire.
Yes.
Maybe deciding, and as the industry does not seem to be getting any less tumultuous, deciding that maybe now is the time to take a step back.
Yeah, I mean, we're right around the 50-year mark since the video game console became like a constant presence,
a going concern.
Yeah, like a thing that was around a lot.
Certainly a way to put it.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to some other news here. Of course, we'll have continuing people retiring. Unfortunately, we'll have people passing away, such as life. Hopefully not too early. But of course, we will also have franchise tie-ins with Fortnite. The other constant.
The
Life,
inevitabilities of life.
death, taxes, and
Fortnite
tie-ins.
Pretty light news week, just being honest.
Uh-huh.
I thought this might be relevant to me and Alex potentially.
Look, games are coming out right now, okay? It's not news time. It's just games coming out time.
Yes, people are busy releasing games and playing games right now. But it sounds like I think this has been maybe leaked here and there over the last few months, but it's really kind of reaching a critical mass now with people data mining Fortnite. It seems like The Simpsons is finally coming to Fortnite and in a pretty big way, which I largely bring up because I played a lot of Fortnite earlier this year.
For your Star Wars.
And since I put down Fortnite after the Star Wars season, I have quietly kind of been going like, okay, what's the next thing that's going to get me back in? It might be this.
It might be this.
So what do you want? You want the skins or you want to run around on a Simpsons map?
Kind of both.
Both. Yeah. Like having done the Star Wars stuff, like they put a fair, well, not, maybe, I don't know if not a lot, but quite a bit of work. I guess those are the same thing. But like there's a fair amount of work put into the map, adding like Star Wars locations to it and stuff. And it sounds like my understanding as somebody who basically just came to Fortnite this year is that is pretty rare. Like they do all kinds of like, K-pop Demon Hunters are in, they get a new mode, or like, Scorpion and Sub-Zero are in here, but they're just kind of like on the battle pass for the month.
Right.
But it sounds like the like big map makeover with locations from the property type thing is like pretty rare.
The big event.
And this is one you do. I mean, whatever you want to say about Simpsons and their current level of relevance, like this is an enduring enough and broad spectrum enough property that I think it's justifiable to go this treatment.
Totally. And like the data mining is saying that there's going to be stuff like the nuclear power plant in there. You could see like probably the Simpsons house and maybe the Quickie Mart or Moe's. There's all kinds of stuff you could do.
Honestly, they could just take the layout from Simpsons Hit and Run and then just make it a Fortnite map and it would be totally fine. Look, again, the only good Simpsons game, okay, not the only good, but the only great Simpsons game ever was the one that was just a big map of Springfield you ran around in.
Mm-hmm.
So just do that.
True.
Good.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's why I say good, not great necessarily, but it is a good game.
Yeah.
You think if their house is on the map, does that become something special, or is that just a flashpoint where the biggest battles?
I mean, you got to put something in the different rooms, right? Like you got to put weapons in there or something.
Having maxed out that battle pass, I will say it is all about what the quests direct you to do.
Gotcha.
If there is XP to be farmed at their house, then people will be there. If not, they won't.
Well,
are we going to get a Homer Simpson that follows you around and talks in AI?
I was just going to say, I thought it would be maybe a Burns or something, or a Sideshow Bob that follows you around, because you probably get a Homer skin, right?
Well, definitely. If they're going to do it, there has to be a Homer skin. But so question I have. What version of the voices are you getting? Because I'm going to tell you right now, Julie Kavner's Marge currently, little rough. I don't know. I don't know exactly how many character skins they're planning on putting in here. I don't even know if they are doing voice lines. I will just say, if you are pulling lines, maybe just get stuff from the back catalog. Don't ask these actors to come in for new lines because they're getting up there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a long haul on that. That's like, how long have The Simpsons been going? 30 years?
30-something years now?
Yeah.
Pushing 40.
And that's a rough voice. That's
like Harry Shearer is not in the best shape vocally as he's ever been. I'm not saying they can't do the voices. I'm just saying, if I'm paying money to Fortnite, maybe I just want to hear the old lines and I don't need new stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's in his 80s.
Harry Shearer,
he's 81. Like expecting people to be able to do the same voice that they did in their 40s when they're in their 80s is kind of not realistic. So
no, not at all. And I that's the thing. I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying that, like, as a result of age and probably the amount of wear and tear they put on their voices, like Julie Kavner in particular, sounds rough.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's immense pressure to hammer out deals for voice prints for stuff like this, especially where you're voice acting.
James Earl Jones did that.
Yeah,
before he passed, so it's very. I would kind of be shocked if those actors, the ones we're talking about, have not done something like that.
Alex, do you know? I'm sorry, it's a big question but
I haven't been keeping up with their contract negotiations or anything. But
I was going to say, do you know if like SAG has hammered out stuff in terms of agreeing to compensation and how that stuff works?
I don't know that there is a full-on standard yet. I know that there were protections put into the last voice actor contract strike stuff with SAG-AFTRA, but I don't know the full breadth of what all those were. And I don't think it precludes anyone from individually signing deals with studios or whoever else to manage their voice and likeness. But I think what they don't want and what they didn't want was studios just doing this without
consent,
like
or
consent
compensation.
Or compensation, or at least like consideration for the union.
Got it. Okay. Or the actor.
Yeah. The actor who is presumably part of the union. Yes.
Right. Yeah. All right. So, Brad, from what you can tell, is this beyond speculation at this point? Does this feel pretty?
Seems pretty solid. Like I said, I think these rumors have been swirling for a while.
Okay.
I'm kind of amazed it hasn't happened up to this point yet.
I mean, it's Disney, right? So Disney's got a lot of deals going on with Fortnite anyway.
Yeah.
And Simpsons is just huge, like they can dictate terms for stuff like this, probably, right? Like they probably have a pretty high price and a pretty high bar for committing to something like this.
It is just a little bit of like a I mean, I guess we should just be beyond what Fortnite even is, which is people just running around shooting at each other. So like, are you going to have Lisa with like
yes.
Fortnite? Okay.
Yes, you're going to give her an M16 and that's what you're doing.
Absolutely.
I mean, at some point you just kind of have to like cross your eyes and be like, yeah, no, you got to look past that part. It's just, in the end, it is just, is the baby, what's the baby's name? Maggie.
She'll be a backpack.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think you can make her an in-game model. I think you just make her a side thing.
Okay. Yeah, but backpack is a cosmetic. It's a regular cosmetic slot in that game. Well, Alex, what do you think?
What do you think about what? About whether they should do this or whether I'm in?
Will you play this if this happens? Like, this might be enough to get me back in for a month.
It's not the thing I've been looking for that will be my final, like the thing that finally gets me over the hump with Fortnite. But at the very least, I would play it with you guys, and I might invest in just getting some basic Simpsons stuff for Fortnite.
Yeah, I mean, it's I said this back when I was playing a lot of it. Like, it's a good battle royale. Like, it's genuinely, once you get your head around everything, like, it's actually kind of what I'm looking for in a battle royale.
That's never been the problem for me. Is it plays fine. It's just I just don't care enough about what's happening in it to want to keep playing it.
Yep. Will you be able to do the Bartman?
If you can't, why are we even doing this?
Will they license the track Do the Bartman?
I'm trying to think who you would even have to ask about that. Apart from Fox, obviously, and / Disney. But I don't even know where those rights would be tied up. So I'm going to say that's maybe more work than Epic wants to do.
Did they have more than one album?
There were two. The second one is one of the worst things I've ever heard in my life.
Is Bart do the Bartman on Simpsons Sing the Blues?
Yes, it is, which is not a great album, but is light years beyond the other one.
I don't even know the name of the other one.
Feels like such a dated reference at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like there have to be tons of Simpsons fans that don't even know what that album is, I would assume.
Yes, but you know what? If you are selling Simpsons characters to people who are playing and putting money into Fortnite, you are put the fucking Bartman in there.
That's a late stage battle. That's level. I don't know what the battle pass goes up to. I'm going to assume 60. Is it 60?
Let Homer do his happy dance. Let Bart do the Bartman. Give fucking Marge a vacuum cleaner. I don't know. Just do whatever you got to do.
All right. That's The Simpsons, but we're not done with tie-ins quite yet.
From video game McDonald's to video games at literal McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
I went back and forth on this street burgers at McDonald's in Japan thing.
Street burgers just does not sound great or appetizing generally.
I wasn't going to put it in here until I watched the video that McDonald's Japan posted on Twitter of this. And
they're going all the way with it,
and then I couldn't not. I was kind of bummed at first because the burgers are not as weird as I was hoping. I
mean, some of them are pretty weird for McDonald's.
I guess visually weird. I was really hoping they would maybe get wild with the food coloring.
So what's the setup here?
I have no idea what occasioned this other than McDonald's Japan is doing a big Street Fighter promotion. And it's like literally Street Fighter 2. To the point that this commercial is nothing but footage of Street Fighter 2 with a bunch of like burgers and fries flying around.
I don't know. Sagat's hitting a burger at some point, so maybe it's Championship Edition at some point.
And they did, well, I think it's Super Turbo. I'm not sure actually, but they straight up did a couple of unique pixel art backgrounds for this footage. One of which I feel like is just inside a McDonald's and should be in the game.
I mean, with all the talk Harada has had about trying to do a Waffle House stage for Tekken, like they kind of just got their lunch ate by both a bigger chain and a bigger fighting game franchise,
Yeah.
though Tekken is not that far behind Street Fighter these days.
Like I encourage everybody to go watch the video. It's insane.
They're making the burgers. This is how they get their combination of burgers. So we have 3 specialty burgers here. One for Ryu, one for Ken, and one for Chun-Li. And though I think, yes, we could go further, we could go deeper. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was hoping that they would get like food color everything, where like Chun-Li's burger was all like white and blue or something, you know?
We have Ryu's burger, which is the burnt garlic mayonnaise egg teriyaki burger. And that's that, according to the video, is fashioned from him fighting against Akuma. And Akuma, I think Ryu shoots out a burger, and then Akuma shoots out a flaming garlic, and
one does,
and they combine. Then you have Chun-Li's burger, which is a Urinchi. Is that
yeah? Basically, yes. Urinchi
fried chicken mayonnaise.
Burger.
And I think she's fighting Guile, and they make their burger, and her kicks her burger buttons in the dumb video, and then Ken's burger. Triple cheeseburger.
Yep. Straight up triple cheeseburger.
It's just a triple cheeseburger. He fights M. Bison.
But it's a flaming
psycho burger.
It's a flaming triple cheeseburger.
It's flaming triple cheeseburger. No. So they should have put more. They should have done, give me more options. Give me a Guile burger with what would Guile, who's more American?
The Sonic burger. Unfortunately, you can't do that because there's a Sonic chain already.
That's pretty good. I feel like they went with the triple cheeseburger because Ken's supposed to be American. But I feel like Guile is really the, like, just put all the meat on it. Bacon cheeseburger.
Okay. Guile's burger is a hamburger
where
you have stuck a bunch of French fries into the bun to make it look like the tall blonde hair.
Okay. Great.
Sure.
Great. Maybe some alfalfa sprouts sprouting out the side.
Yeah, maybe you just like brand an American flag and then an opposite American flag on the other side.
Stick a comb in the top.
Yep.
I don't know why the idea just came to mind of a burger with a burger patty, a chicken breast, and a fish patty on it.
Oh, geez, just everything.
You said all the meat.
Yeah, just drizzled in like
all
nacho sauce or something.
Just all three possible meats on one sandwich.
Just deep fried. Oh, flash fried. It's flash kick fried.
Okay, here's what I'm going to go through the other ones here.
Okay.
Blanca burger.
Yeah.
Green.
Yep, that's easy.
That's it. Just green.
Should it, maybe it's got like something like something like zaps your tongue or something, like those electric nerds
yuzu.
That they had. Oh, okay.
It has yuzu on it. That's the shocker aspect.
I like it. Okay.
Dawson burger is vegetarian, obviously.
Easy one, yeah.
Also, it's a long burger. It is a beyond patty. It is a long, like sort of like a almost like a sub sandwich.
Sure,
but it is, yeah.
Sure. It's like Burger King's chicken sandwich, but oddly enough, it's a vegetarian burger with skulls on it.
Yeah, totally.
Have some skulls.
The Honda burger is just the widest hamburger you've ever seen in your life. Like it is just flat and large and you need 100 hands to eat it.
Okay, love it.
Let's see, who else do we have? The Psycho burger, which I assume is like the bison burger, which is literally just a bison burger.
With psycho sauce.
Yeah, though in Japan it'll have to be something else because bison is Balrog.
It's
and
the ball.
Vega
Yeah,
and
they
all
have
that.
to figure it out. Yeah.
The Vega burger is in a box where you can't see what's inside of it.
Okay.
And if you eat it, there's knives inside.
Okay.
I'm working on this one. I'm still workshopping that one a little bit.
That's okay.
I don't know about the other ones. The other main characters.
Balrog is just a burger, no meat. It's just right in your face. It's just a giant beef. No.
It's just
no
a
bun.
hunk of beef that he's been punching.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Dude, who are we leaving out? Oh,
Sagat
Zangief.
And Zangief.
What's Zangief's?
Like bear meat.
Oh, sure. Like
bear
I think
burger.
it's illegal in some states.
Maybe Zangief's is like it's got a little bit of fluff on it. You don't know, you're not sure what it is, but it's a little hairy in spots.
Yeah, I don't know what you do with Sagat. He's the tiger burger, I guess, but I don't know what that entails necessarily.
I feel like Sagat is like lanky,
just a really intense sear right across the patty.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
that's
go.
good.
Yeah,
like maybe it's a chicken
flame broiled.
It's like a chicken breast with a sear across it.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd
and
be
then
pretty
you got
good.
the super characters, and that's a whole other conversation.
can't-
Though
we can't do that.
I think I can at least imagine what a DJ burger might look like. I assume it's more of like a Caribbean flavor.
Sure,
It's
sure.
DJ's Burger is maximum.
It's like jerk spice
Nice,
and like
nice.
oxtail or something.
Yes, it says maximum right down the packaging there.
I highly encourage people to go watch this video. It's really incredible. It's a bit manic in the way that some Japanese advertising can be, and then the way that it ends with the Goki or Akuma voice actor humming the McDonald's theme.
Dun, 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 dun.
Really
I'm loving it.
really knocked me on my ass.
It's very silly. The other thing that was very silly from that story I was reading on Video Games Chronicles about this street burgers is they mentioned at the end, I didn't know this, but I guess there was a Pokemon campaign that went like over the top where people were just buying the burgers and then throwing them out to get their Pokemon cards, and they had to like end the event early. People, we're broken.
Man.
We're broken.
Just go hang out by the McDonald's and take people's
Burgers.
Just sit there by the counter, just waiting for people. You can eat that.
You just want the Pokemon card? I'd try a burnt garlic mayonnaise egg teriyaki burger.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds delicious. I mean, I assume the teriyaki is not overpowering. I don't know if I want full teriyaki on it, but that's the one I would get. All right, that's it for the news. We've got an email address. The email address is podcast@nextlander.com. Podcast@nextlander.com. Brad Shoemaker, what's in the email bag?
Yes. Quick couple of emails here. One from Jay.
What's up, Jay?
Feel the need to clarify some VTuber things for Alex.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll do that.
I found Alex's question about whether it was Pecora's actress who reacted to her appearance in Death Stranding 2 surprising at first, but I realized y'all just don't really know how HoloLive VTubing works, so I decided
No,
to
I do not.
explain.
You said again, HoloLive.
HoloLive. HOLO live. Yeah.
HoloLive and most other corporate VTubers, indie VTubers can but aren't always less strict about this. HoloLive and most corporate VTubers take kayfabe to a point that would make even the most diehard wrestling fans think it goes too far.
Okay.
Imagine a world where Undertaker's real name and face were never publicly and officially acknowledged by anyone. This is the reality that HoloLive lives under, and they can and will be fired for breaking NDA and explicitly tying any other identity to their HoloLive name publicly.
Huh.
Ooh.
Usada Pecora is royalty from Pecco Land and definitely not just some random Japanese lady.
Okay.
She can leave hints about who she is, and different HoloLive members leave very different levels of hints, but her real name can never be credited for her appearance in Death Stranding 2 or similar.
Okay.
Fun fact, watching VTubers was actually half of what got me to understand the appeal of wrestling kayfabe, in addition to the Super Eye Patch Wolf videos.
Yeah, it's living the gimmick. That's what it is. It is all about living the gimmick.
Yeah.
So that makes a certain amount of sense to me. Like, I don't understand much about that world or what the appeal is, but that does give me some context.
Yeah. That's a touchstone everybody can wrap their head around.
Yeah.
Anyone who's been
Of
around
course.
Dan Reichert, at least, yes.
Yes.
Or
Anybody
these
listening to this.
podcasts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quick email from Gerard in the Netherlands.
Okay.
You guys talking about the multiplayer in Battlefield 6 jogged a memory about MAG, the massive action game.
Of
You
course.
heard of it?
With 128 players online on PS3. Was it 128 total or per team?
I think it was total.
I mean, it's pretty massive.
It was per team.
Wow.
256 players total.
Huh.
128 per team.
And just for the record, when did that game come out?
It was kind of mid PS3. Was that like 2009, maybe 2010?
So I cannot stress enough, that is an insane number of players for a console multiplayer game back then.
Yes, 2010. It was 2010. And yes, that was the back of box feature, was how many damn players they had. Can you please rate how stupid this name is?
Okay.
What video game has an even worse title in your opinion? Massive Action Game is an incredible title.
Yeah, I mean, MAG is it's catchy. Like I think it's actually pretty good by the standards of dumb shooters. I think that's a really solid one.
Yeah, I never played the game. It looks like they fully removed the tagline "massive action game" from the actual like packaging by the time it came out.
So it's just MAG.
It was just MAG by the time it released. But I don't know. I think it's a pretty funny thing to call your game, personally.
Yeah. All game names are pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's never been a good one.
They're all, it's hard to think off the top of my head what's worse. I mean, look, if you boil it down, you think about Street Fighter long enough, you're like, man, that's also a pretty dumb name for a game. Rush and Attack is a pretty dumb name for a game.
Okay, so there's one with a good name. There's one video game that has a good name, and it's that.
Look, we had some real Bayou Billy. There's a
well, that was a game about Bayou Billy. So what else would you call it?
I don't know. What else could you call it?
He's from the Bayou.
He's from the Bayou. Remember a game that was just called Space Invaders? Just right there. Just it was easy picking.
It's always best when video games just tell you what they are right at the jump.
Just I'm a space invader. Baseball.
They'll never catch.
Boxing.
It's not real.
I'd have to sit and really think about what the dumbest game
dumbest
would be.
video game name of all time, man. That is real. Do you have any idea how many video games they are? And are we excluding Steam Trash that are literally just trying to get noticed with dumb names?
Yeah,
that's like weeks of thinking to come up with something like that.
Yeah,
like every platform probably has 10 at least that are in qualification genuinely.
And like you even exclude the ones that are just so bad they were forgettable, right? Like you just picked, like the worst words to put.
Yes, World War II Origins is not a great name, but it's I guess technically what it is.
Another email, Brad?
Yeah, let's do one more here. Neil from it says SD. I'm gonna assume that's San Diego
or South Dakota, one of the two.
Yeah, fair. This is a question for Alex.
Mm-hmm.
I saw you were wearing a Jawbreaker shirt during a recent Drums cast and thought I'd ask you for some advice.
Okay.
I'm a concert marketing manager for a couple. Oh, I'm sorry. He does mention San. Okay. I'm a concert marketing manager for a couple venues in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them has back-to-back nights. This email is a few weeks old, so this may have already come and gone.
But
I'm a concert marketing manager for a couple venues in San Diego, and one of them has back-to-back nights of Jawbreaker with Bully.
Okay.
What kind of establishments are best to find Jawbreaker fans? Breweries, dispensaries? Are Jawbreaker fans at the beach?
Oh man. This is a weird one because Jawbreaker fans by and large are punk and emo fans of the early to mid 90s, I would say. Those people are all middle-aged now. So breweries, definitely. Dispensaries, possibly. The beach, depends on what the state of their skin and what their doctor is recommending as far as sun exposure goes. I don't know. I'd say you'd find those people anywhere older punks are.
Going to the doctor is not very punk rock.
It's not. But you have to do it.
But it should be
honest.
Yeah. I don't know. They're everywhere now. Like those people are just everywhere. Like Jawbreaker again is a band that mostly stopped being a going concern except for reunions in the mid 90s. So if you're finding a diehard Jawbreaker fan, it's because they are an older punk and they are just itching to see that band again. The kids, I don't know where the kids are at with Jawbreaker these days.
I don't hear much of the kids that come through this house jabbing about Jawbreaker.
Interesting.
Yeah. Maybe I should put it on.
What about doing the Bartman? Do they talk about that?
All the time. I can't stop them from doing the Bartman.
Kids are doing the latest viral trend, the Bartman, and parents are concerned.
I was recently, just last Friday, talking about The Simpsons to a middle schooler, 13-year-old, trying to explain that when I went to school, they banned "I'm Bart Simpson, who the hell are you" shirts from being worn inside the school. And the kid was like, "Why?" And I was like, "No,
it said the word hell on it.
It was rude. It was a rude shirt."
I think kids these days really do not understand how hard the bottom dropped out on politeness in general media and society. There was a real real hard structure around what kind of words could be displayed or said when you were in school. There was a hard limit around like what level of politeness you had to deliver everything. And then sometime in the last, let's just call it 15-ish years, the whole bottom dropped out on that.
Like The Simpsons was the target of the President of the United States as being a bad cultural influence.
Don't have a cow, man.
The Vice President of the United States attacked Murphy Brown because she dared to be a single mother on a sitcom.
Now you can wear pajamas and Crocs to school with socks. With socks, Crocs and socks.
God has left this country, my friends.
Before we end the emails, I have three things I want to say. First of all, thanks to everyone for sending in their pictures of their lazy boys. It was
saw a few.
Yeah, I saw a few of them. I don't think I saw one with a cup holder though, which is they were all actually kind of classy and nicely made.
Okay, classy is maybe overstepping it, but they were nice chairs. I will say that.
They were nice chairs. The second thing I'd just like to shout out, I believe it was Gareth who wrote a very long email. I want you to know that I read it. About reporting on the analytics and the industry stuff. Do not think your email your very hard work in composing that email went unappreciated. It was read. Thank you, Gareth. And then a big shout out. I thought it was very interesting. I won't mention who it is, plus I wanted to remain anonymous. I like that email about, I always like insider emails, and there was one about the pipeline for locking in hardware, which we talked about. Mm-hmm. Nothing that needs to be necessarily repeated on the air, on the show here, but it's more of an incentive. If you're an insider or want to email us, man, I love that stuff to pieces. So if you've got the scoop, know that we will keep you anonymous and probably not even read it aloud, but we do read them is what just because we're not reading them aloud doesn't mean we're not absorbing them.
I read many things
and talk about it amongst ourselves.
I have many leather-bound books.
That's right. But that's it for the emails?
Yep.
That's it for the emails. Remember, podcast@nextlander.com if you want to email us your questions, your stuff. You can do that. That's going to do it for the show, though. And I will see how far along Death Stranding 2 is next week. Like I said,
you guys have to finish that game.
Don't hold me to it, but like Brad said, I think there's a quite a bit in front of us in Death Stranding 2, but I'm hoping to make some headway this weekend.
I might just start another game concurrently.
It's a new game of Death Stranding 2. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yes, correct.
Yeah,
yes.
Start from the beginning.
I might start one of those other games, but then that just means Death Stranding can take even longer to finish.
Yeah, that's right. We'll find out next week. But for this week, you can listen to the Watchcast, which is up now. We talked about Hereditary, a thriller, a spooky movie, a disturbing movie. Watch Toni Collette, the performance of screaming of her career here.
Hollering like you've never seen before.
That is Hereditary. That is on the Patreon right now. We only have one more movie in our Watchcast, a horror block here. Alex, again, for the folks, what is that last movie?
When Evil Lurks from 2023, the Argentinian film. Demonic possession. It's all I know.
And pretty brutal.
And fairly brutal.
Is what we hear.
Is what we hear.
That's going to be up next week on the Patreon. We've recorded our Never Been a Better podcast with Abby Russell and Dan Reichert as guests. That'll probably go up next week on the Patreon. Of course, we've got the Ramblecast. If you missed it from last week, over on the Patreon again. These fine things are happening over on the Patreon. We've got a little peek at the basement tour from the week before. So you can check that out as the basement slowly becomes finished. It's a race to the end here. But the video version is there along with the audio version on the Patreon. And if you want to jump in there, patreon.com/Nextlander, you can get in there, see all this stuff. It's all there waiting for you. We don't take it down. We won't take it down. Well, maybe someday we'll have to take it down, but we'll say
no guarantees.
It's there. It's been waiting for you. You can unlock any tier that is right for you. But there is one tier there that gets their names read on this here show, and it is the Mysterious Benefactors tier. Alex Navarro, can you read our Mysterious Benefactors for this week, please?
Yes, I can. Our Mysterious Benefactors for this week are Sean Miller, Sending Good Vibes on the Internet, RRE, Alpha Rhythm, I Have Such Wonderful Things to Show You, Infelicitous Rips, David L., Kelly F., Brian Lucier, Skywarp, Jason Grimm, John Hubbard, NXL Retirement Fund, Evan Cook, Jerry Lee, Deirdre in a treehouse with all her new naked friends. Okay. Robert Fisher, Bunny, ... Jad Rita, Statics, Brian Murphy, Randy Duax, Randy Alderson, Andrew Tiepkin, Alex Wu, It Me JP, Edward Chick, Andrew Slosky, Steve Lynn, Matthew Herrig, David Campos, and Tyler Treese.
Thanks to all mysterious benefactors and Deirdre. Hail Deirdre.
I don't know what's going on in Deirdre's life at any given moment.
Oh, that's Hereditary. She's hanging out with all the
again, I don't know what's going on in Deirdre's life.
Right,
I don't know if you've joined up with something or what's happening here.
Right. More questions than answers on that one, I guess.
But good for you finding friends.
That's right. These are my new friends. Thanks everybody for supporting us. We really appreciate it. Could not do it without you. Would not do it without you.
Should not do it without you.
And absolutely should not do it without you. Your contributions over on the Patreon allow us to have guests on like Will Smith, who was on Monday as we went through our Next Fest demos of multiplayer games. Allows us to have people on like Avi Russell, who has one more shot at Fright or Shite. If you've missed some of those, they are on our YouTube channel. You can watch the archives there. Allows us to have those people on and to compensate them for their time, experience, and joy they bring us and the world. So thank you very much. Patreon.com/Nextlander is where you can go if you would like to support us as well. That's going to do it for this show. Death Stranding? Will there be a... No. I'm going to say it
Don't
right
make
now.
promises you can't keep.
It's not. No, it's not. But the kids and my wife are going to be away for a good chunk of Saturday.
Okay.
We'll see.
It's not like eat an entire bucket of KFC time necessarily, but it is play some more Death Stranding. So.
If I have a block of like 8 uninterrupted hours and I have the will, I really don't know how much gas I have in me to just power through, but I don't know. 8 hours seems like there are some people who are saying they finished that game in like under like 60-ish hours, not under 60, but like a 60-ish. I've seen 60 to 70 and be like, I hit credits there. And then I went back. So I figure at around 85 plus hours that maybe if I really put the pedal down, there could be, and I feel like I'm kind of getting there. I think it's ready to go. Anyway, we'll see next week. Thank you very much, Alex Navarro.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brad Shoemaker.
Thank you.
Hope everybody's having, the October you want to have. I hope everybody's that. If you want it to be spooky, I hope it's spooky for you. I'll tell you what, this October seems pretty spooky to me for a variety of reasons.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the one I wanted, but I'm enjoying sharing it with Alex and Brad, and I'm enjoying sharing it with everybody there. And I'm a little nervous about the movie we have to watch tonight, but I'm going to do it because that's what we do here. We do these things, and then we talk about them next week.
Yeah.
See you, everybody. Bye.